Yeah. So welcome back. Hmm, Out of game. Let me mention. Um, I introduced week before last a giveaways channel. Um,
I have not enrolled because I've already won things and I'm already buying the DMG. So
yes, yes.
giving other folks a fair chance.
Well, and yeah, exactly. So I have I have an extra code for a player's handbook. So that's the giveaway this week. If anybody wants one for D&D Beyond. I mean, as long as you guys are in my campaigns, you've got access to all the official content anyway, and some of the third party. But if anybody wants their own D&D Beyond copy of the player's handbook, you can. The other thing I'll mention is the 2024 player's handbook preview adventure, uh, which D&D celebration officially takes place September 7th through mm, what is that? Let's see. Let's look here. Point is beginning not this Saturday, but a week from. I'll be running some one shots featuring an adventure called The Lost Horn of Uni, the Unicorn. Those that are familiar with the cartoon from the 80s, uh, the kids, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, the kids are all grown up and someone has magically stolen the Horn of Uni, their friend slash pet slash erstwhile companion. And the adventure is ostensibly to recover Uni's horn. And it'll feature the 2024 Player's Handbook rules, pre-gen characters, so you don't have to do anything ahead. You show up. And I'll be running a bunch of that. The event officially starts. I started to say that and started to look for it.
It's like the 30th, 31st, right? End of the month.
Well, I'm going to be running some before the official event,
Mm.
which is the not the 7th is when it starts. I'll be running some beginning the 31st. Those won't technically be part of the event. I can't find it now. 7th through the end of the month, basically. I think it is. It's like a month long. Yay, we're doing a new handbook. All right, that's all I got out of game. Stephen will join us a little bit late, as I mentioned. He's on a train, waiting for a train, waiting at the train crossing. I don't know. Repairing a train. Who knows? I could check the message, but it's more fun to describe it this way. When we last met, you were in Waterdeep in the Dune Forgotten Realms, and so Waterdeep, as most folks know, it is no longer just Waterdeep. It's run by the day-to-day operations run by the Zentarum and their nefarious many cloned wizard leader Manchun, but who swears fealty to Vecna. Vecna, who, of course, controls all of the Sword Coast. You were conscripted by the Zentarum to complete a mission. To complete the mission. Completing a message would be different. That'd be when somebody starts writing a message and you just write the end of it. Complete a mission. Uh, Instead, you decided to blow up some Manchun's. Is it Manchunai? I don't know. You decided to blow up some of Manchun's clones and wound up exploding a good portion of the city. Well, a couple blocks anyway, and wound up underground for a while and worked your way out, having met some new companions, betrayed at the last minute by some former companions. Once you made it to the surface, called upon your allies, the Harpers, who had sent you on the Manshuni mission, and they were able to remove the magical shackles, which were literally necklaces, figuratively shackles, that bound you to the surface of the Zentarum. Now you seek to escape the city. So you've made your way into the sewers. Somebody else just beep? Was that me?
I heard it too.
I
It
heard it
wasn't
too.
just you.
That was me.
Oh, all right. Okay. No, as long as
Popcorn's
it's
ready.
yes. As long as it's not something beeping that I should know about and don't on my end, and something going to explode or something. Anyway, yeah, and so you came across an aboleth in the sewers. Aboleth goes by the name of Galore, Golorr, an aboleth who may or may not have once spent time as a stone. Those of you that have played Dragon Heist probably are a little more familiar with that. The rest of you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. So, combat has ended. What do you want to do next?
We loot the body.
You loot the body.
We loot
Sadly,
the
there.
body, and then we dump Dennis's body, and then we set the rats on them along with the shackles, and we're good.
See, I was thinking we were done with that. I was hoping you had described it last week. You knew what was going to happen. There, like we just assumed that it did, but no, it has to happen. Fine. Yeah, well, it doesn't have anything on it. I mean, I guess I don't know. Are you going to cut into it and check it?
We cut into it.
Contents of its
Take
belly.
my
It's
sword,
not.
slice it open.
It's not like that. It's not like the like a. I don't know. What would eat like a gnome?
Purple worm?
Yeah, it's not like the purple worm where you're going to cut it open and find a bunch of cool stuff, or a Tarrasque. And it is a Tarrasque, by the way. Those of you that do or don't know. For many years, we believed it was the Tarrasque, but then during the late second edition days, Spelljammer told us that there's a whole planet.
Would I know if any of the body parts are good for magic or worth?
Give me an Arcana check.
While you're doing that, as a fun aside, my Bob, my husband Bob, was listening in on the last bit, and afterwards he's like, "No, I heard the bit about the rats. I've decided not to take you off because clearly you know how to hide a body." He thought it was very funny.
I mean, its lamprey-like mouth is full of razor-sharp teeth. Certainly, they can be made into exotic weapons, daggers, decorations, trinkets.
I didn't see Gimbel's role. Was it private?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Huh. You think that you could collect some of its mucus that could be used in some various alchemy concoctions. For example, potion of water breathing. Its brain, though, is where its true magic and power lies. Psionic power of the aboleth cannot be overestimated. With that roll, Gimbal believes that consuming the brain will give him the powers. Not really. I don't know why I made that. That's not. I can't even do it. No, nothing about the brain. The other stuff, perfectly fine. You had a 17. Other stuff, perfectly fine. The brain, no, because no. But yeah, the other stuff, sure. I mean, you could maybe a few gold pieces worth of components.
Are the teeth? This might be metagaming since I didn't roll, but are the teeth caltrops-esque?
I mean, the tip of any sharp weapon or whatnot could be made into a caltrop. I suppose the trick would be breaking the tooth or sawing through it such that just the tip of the tooth could be used as a caltrop.
I'm gonna take some mucus. Hey, it goes, ew.
Morticia has no interest in the like value of this thing, but it has these cool finned tentacles. It looks like from the picture I'm googling.
Sorry, repeat that.
Um, Morticia has no interest in the like monetary value of this,
Yeah.
but it has some cool like finned tentacles from the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she takes one and she converts it into a boa, and she wears it around her neck.
All right.
It's unfortunate there are no
tracks.
femurs. Aboleths don't have femurs.
You
Right.
know, I am rich in femurs. I do not need
We're
additional
only looking for
femurs.
humanoid femurs anyway.
Mm,
Tentacle is a good second best.
yeah, right.
I mean, and there's I mean, they have a few times. I'm going to say there's a couple of them that are fully intact. I mean, one could certainly be used as a makeshift whip if you had no weapons and needed in a pinch, someone needed a whip, I suppose.
I'll use that in emergencies, and the rest of the time it will be a fashion statement.
Right. All right. As you're gathering pieces and mucus and whips and whatever else, you notice that and of course at this point the shape water spell has ended, so the sewage has sort of fallen back into its own area, but you notice that the water level looks like it suddenly starts to drop again after having refilled, and almost like it's moving away from the area you all are at. It's as if something is pulling it.
Before we go anywhere, I'm using my Pearl of Power to regain a spell slot.
All right.
I'll put Dr. Frank back in the flask.
All right.
And
Well, you got Jack for an hour, right?
I thought it was just a minute.
Oh, is it a minute? Oh, poor Jack.
Are we planning to take a rest at all, or?
Certainly try.
Well, I guess the question is, do you guys want to like stay down here and further examine whatever happening to the water, or do we want to get out of Dodge?
I think we need to keep moving. So
Uh,
I'm going to use my Dragonhide belt and get some key points back.
I was incorrect. It was an hour. I just looked up
Oh.
Conjure Elemental.
All right. All right. Well, you, as you're trying to discuss what to do, you hear coming from the map that you're on right now isn't necessarily where you're at in the sewer. We're more or less theater of the mind, but from one direction, you hear what sounds like a mighty rushing of water, and the corner nearest you, which is maybe 30 feet away at the most, you see massive amounts of sewage water sort of splash down the corner, and it's filling the whole tunnel. It's large enough that it seems to be filling the whole tunnel. It's almost as if, imagine the sewers were, if the inside of the sewer was a fire hose or a water hose, garden hose. I don't know, something, not pantyhose, that's different. But it was I don't know, garden hose, and someone had turned it off briefly, and then you know how pressure builds up, or if you kink the garden hose when you're a kid or whatever, then oh look, it goes fast. Well, that's what's happening right now. There's sewage shooting around the corner and shooting your direction. What do you do?
Where's the nearest exit?
Well,
Yeah.
can we just duck into the safe room we were just in and see if it like goes past us?
So you are further away from the safe. You're over where where you killed the aboleth, which is a good bit of ways from where that safe room is, and the water is between you and it.
If
Um,
if I was to guess how much time we have until it gets to us, how much would that be?
A round or two.
Around. Okay, so like okay.
So we need to either escape or run.
I feel like running.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's just roll.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Right.
Wait, what?
Everybody,
What is everyone so scared of? Hold up.
Sewage.
A round of
I
6
just
seconds.
got new outfits for my attire. I don't want to get them covered in sewage.
all right, whoever's running, give me an athletics check, please.
Oh no. I rethink my strategy.
That's weird.
Fuck.
I
want to,
seriously rethink my
can-
strategy.
I really quick ask Morticia if she can give me bardic inspiration.
I give you bardic inspiration.
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna click
cast a
them off.
spell using the
Okay.
Mizium apparatus.
All right.
I have to make a DC 16 Arcana check.
All right.
Oh, I made it in D&D Beyond, so it doesn't count. Arcana. Nail
That'll
it.
work.
I cast water breathing on the whole party.
Okay. All right. Give me then an athletics check so that you can run with the party. Yes, and I assume, or are you gonna just hang?
I'll stay with the party. Athletics. Oh, look at me. And Thunder Thump too. If his thing loads. Open. There we go. Oh, he has +8 to athletics. Him.
All right. You managed to now in the process having to sort of help Morticia along. Matter of fact, the way I'm imagining it is the water elemental, Lunalla's water elemental, actually at one point picks her up a little bit because she's lagging behind, picks her up and carries her along with the party. As you come around through the sewer looking for the next sort of intersection or exit, you realize at the next intersection you can hear that water is coming from other areas. Whether it's closing in on you or not, you're not entirely certain. Everybody give me a perception check. All right. Naren, you're very confident that of the four-way intersection, two paths meeting, so there's north, south, east, and west basically that you could go. Naren, you are extremely confident that, and Gimbal, you agree with him that going to the east, there's no water filling up the east tunnel. That would continue to move you away from where the water is coming. So you all continue on, and as you do, you notice that the water as it's filling the sewers in every direction, it's of course pushing uh, methane and other gases through. I need everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
All right.
I'll add 4 if that matters to make it a 13.
15 is what you need. So does anyone want to use a DM inspiration to re-roll before I tell you what it does?
Oh, I'll use my bardic inspiration.
I can use inspiration from somebody if they want to.
Oh, what's the bardic inspiration? A D8?
D8, yes.
All right, you're good. Morticia currently failing.
Yeah, I will roll one. I will use that and then hope for big numbers.
All right.
That'll work.
No one is poisoned.
Poison is bad.
Is
poison
Gimbal?
does
I'm poisoned.
Oh, I didn't see it. Well, oh my goodness, you had a. Ooh, yes.
Harry,
Gimbal
do you have
is.
it? I can use inspiration for you to re-roll.
I have one too. I'm just letting it happen.
All right.
All right. Poisoned it is, and all right. You continue to flee the water. You come to some other intersections, noticing, yep, it's all it's. You're not sure that it's coming at you or if it's trying to box you in. Everyone or anyone who wants to actually, let's do this. Anyone who is proficient, give me an Arcana check. Look at you, Gimbal. All right, Gimbal, Lunala, and Naren, uh, uh, as you're running, you're sort of talking, is describing to each other how it did that, and sort of paying attention to the shape of the magical weave that obviously is powering this thing. And what you do come to realize is two things: one, that it is not probably the act of not a something targeting you, and you realize that if you burn if you burn the equivalent of 3 levels of spells, so that could be a first level slot and a second, or 3 firsts, or 1/3, that it'll give you all, it'll at least slow the rush of sewage water that's coming in behind you, and give you a little more breathing room, so to speak. Does anybody want to do that?
Morticia
Yeah.
will do that. I will,
Do
unless
all
unless
three
there's a
have-
specific thing someone else wants to do.
do all three have to be from the same person?
Nope.
I can do one level one if you want to just
Or-
split it up.
I was thinking I might cast Bless and upcast it to. Hang on. Let me make sure.
So
Yeah.
you have to expend the magical energy on slowing the sewage. You could certainly still
Oh.
cast Bless if you wanted to, but the idea is you're spending the
Right.
magical energy from your slot to redirect the magic of the waters.
I have 3 third level spell slots, so I'm happy to do this for the group.
Well, I mean,
Great.
does that- first to me are, I mean, not that they're worthless. I use them, but thirds are more important. Do we have 3 people that want to burn a first?
Yeah, I'll burn it first. I don't care.
I mean, I can get rid of 2 first if that's because I have 4 of them. It's not,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I have 4 as well.
why
I'll
don't
s-
if you burn a first, I'll burn a second. How about that?
Okay.
I'll burn a second level spell slot to help.
All right.
I imagine Morticia, hanging off the shoulder of this water elemental, desperately casting bardic inspiration and like throwing things around as she is failing at running away from this.
All right. All right. You managed to navigate to what looks like an area of the sewer that the sewer waters recently passed through, but it's left behind quite a bit of slickness. It's slippery. Everybody, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Boy, let Gimbal go now.
Yes, he's like, yeah, okay, fine, I'm poisoned, whatever, but like, okay.
Did mine not roll? I'm not seeing it. I thought I did.
I don't see.
If you
Start-
don't roll it on the chat box, it won't register.
I thought I double clicked it. We'll try again. There we go.
I'm having trouble rolling Thunder Thumps. It's not like highlighting. Wait. Okay.
It came through.
And I'll add 4 to mine. It doesn't matter, I don't think.
All right. So, yeah. So Sage and Lunala, you are knocked prone. And but the good news is you all think you have escaped the forces of the flowing waters. But before Lunala and Sage can stand, from the normal flowing waters in the sewage emerge some creatures. Everybody go ahead and roll for initiative, please.
Can you roll initiative for Torrance?
Yeah, I removed him because it was.
Yeah, that was my bad.
That's
That's
a lot
okay.
of ones.
You remember how much damage he had?
He was at full health. I don't remember.
Yeah. All right. He was under half. I'm going to say 5 under half, whatever that winds up being here.
Oh, I should have used my wholeness of body. Is it too late or to do
What's
that
wholeness of
before we
body do
start?
for you?
Yeah, it
Did you
heals.
take any other? Did you take any other actions before you started? I don't think. Well,
Um,
you used your belt,
I
but you
used
had a
my
couple
belt.
rounds. You had a couple
Yeah.
rounds. That would be fine.
Okay.
Right. So, the first thing that you see emerge uh it's funny because you just had some of these guys. It's not the same one at first. At once, you think it maybe at first it was. They're thinking maybe you have more dentists for them, but it's not those rats. Instead, it's some other giant rats. More dentists. Defeat them.
More
Uh,
dents.
yeah. And they seem to be coming in from south of you. Let me get them on the board here. They're not as intimidating and frightening as the thing that's coming round the corner up ahead of you. This is a creature huge in size. Creature is um, it's all mouth and tentacles. It looks like this. Looks sort of like the creature you're familiar somewhat with Odiugs, but this one is bigger. He's actually huge. They're normally large.
I remember these.
Can I have my manifest mind on when you get a chance?
Yep,
Thank
he's
you.
over in the other part of the map. I will.
That's an old school monster.
I'm logging on.
Yep. Welcome, welcome. I
Alright.
couldn't remember. I think I told everybody that you were delayed by a train. We were debating on whether I couldn't remember if you were riding a train and it was arriving late.
Nope.
If there was
Nope.
you were at a railroad crossing, you were waiting to pick somebody up
Combat.
from the train.
Combat with the train.
Yeah, maybe
No, I
building a
do not
model
do
train. Any?
I do not do combat with trains. I'm more smarter than that.
Why do I have like suddenly 3 Neo Audiogs in here? I just need one. And I deleted the one that I actually had on the map. Oh, I deleted the last one because I'm a flibberty gibbet. Well, here's
My character
manifest.
wizard's taking a while to get loaded.
Yep, that's fine. It's gonna take me a while apparently to get my shit together tonight too. So
Yay.
you've got time.
Why is there a 2 on mine? Is that because you had to make a copy of it?
Uh,
I was looking at the tracker up at the top.
I don't see it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, 2 means that's where you are in. Probably means where you are in combat, or what you had last time for your initiative in combat, or something to that effect.
Is Beacon of Hope off?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll cast it again.
And then other matter of fact, let me advance the rounds a bit in case we had other spells and effects that we're waiting to resolve.
Yeah, because I think I cast that concentration on the water, which ended the beacon of
Yep. Why is that taking so long to forward? Oh, there we go. Maybe. It has, well, you know what? I'll just remove them. It has been more than, in the running and whatnot, the process of it's been more than 10 minutes, just to kind of give you a reference, but not quite an hour. So you still have the water elemental, but not anything else. And Lunala, you're up. Sirenscape will be on in a brief moment, but Lunala, go ahead and get started.
I will. What is the environment like? Like, is there standing water? Are we floating?
So go ahead and move yourselves. I'm assuming to the edges because when you got away from the moving water, sewer was as normal. I'm assuming you would all be moving through the along the ledges as opposed to.
Were we
Okay.
running towards the rats?
You were headed northward. So
Um,
everybody onto a square. I mean, I know the paint. So the ledges are 10 feet wide, and then it's 10 feet wide of sewage in between. So I'll just scoot you guys all over.
Can we switch sides? I mean, having Morticia and Gimbal on the same side is probably not a great.
Yeah,
exercise.
feel free to rearrange in whatever fashion you think you would have been.
Oh, can I get behind you, Denson?
Sure.
Please. It's a big ass crocodile.
Stephen, sometimes it takes sometimes a few minutes for the character selection window to populate. So hang tight. It should show up
Eventually.
for too long in the character selection window. Yeah.
But so I'm a little confused about the grid. Are either one of those two squares are on the ledge?
The ledges are 10 feet wide. The center is
Okay.
10 feet wide.
And the center is filled with water.
Sewer water, yes.
And this beast thing is in the water?
No, technically, so he's in the. My. Let's see. I gotta move that a little bit. One sec. He is on that upper ledge there.
He's
Not
hanging
not
over the water though, because he's
Yeah,
too wide for it.
he's squeezing ish,
Oh, he's
but
squeezing.
not techno because he's not in a square and half his. He's actually no. You know what? Well, yeah. Oh, I see that. Yeah, he's the intention here is that the ledges are wide enough that he's not squeezing. They're not a full 15. They're 12. He's narrower than he is. He's occupying 3 squares on the ledge. There are 3 squares on the ledge that you all can occupy if you need to or wish to.
All right.
See it that way.
Does he look capturable?
He does not currently look capturable. And as far as that goes, he doesn't necessarily even look
Extraplanar.
extraplanar. Yeah.
All right. I will mount Torrance.
Okay.
We'll stand up, mount Torrance, and cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
And dodge.
All right.
And Thunder Thump will approach, I guess. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sure, 35, 40. And also dodge. And that's it.
All right. Steven has let you in. Did he drop? Oh, no, there he is.
Sorry, I was
Anyway.
muted.
Oh, no
I
worries.
said no because it was stagnant, and so I reloaded because it's helped in the past.
Gotcha. Yeah, sometimes that character selection window can take 5 minutes or more. Not usually. Hopefully, reloading will help. So, all right. And actually, I don't think we had you. You weren't into roll initiative. So I'm going to roll initiative for you because you may not actually be up yet. No, you
Okay.
would. You would be. You would be. But so I can. I can describe the situation. You can tell me what you want to do, or you can wait. Or
It's a barbarian. I'm gonna hit something and make sure that I'm in the way so it doesn't go after the squishier characters.
all right.
If
Yeah,
if
that's
we're at a
easy.
stage where I need to rage, then I will, but I'm gonna start with not raging until I'm
All right.
needed to.
All right. That tracks. 20.
I put the image
30.
if you need in the chat of this group, so you can at least see what it is.
Appreciate it.
All right. So let's see. Going to Great Axe. And let's get
If he's attacking, do you want to rage if you're attacking?
Right now, not yet. I'm just thinking action economy and actually, yeah, go ahead and rage.
all right. And would you want a reckless or just regular?
What all do we have to
Round.
face? Just this thing?
Yada, there's some giant rats down below too. But mainly the Odiug is the thing that seems to be dangerous.
I'm gonna, yeah, go ahead and reckless. Let's just do the whole thing.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, and here is your other roll to see if it's a crit because you did get a hit. Nope, not a crit. That's all right. That one doesn't even bother you because it counts for nothing because you got advantage. All right, so that's a hit, and you have extra attack, I assume. So again,
Nice.
another hit.
Nice.
All right, you've used bonus action, made 2 attacks. I think that's probably all you got, unless you got an object interaction of some sort you wanted to do, which
Nope.
I don't think Armad
That
has.
sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Sorry,
right.
I'm not
Yep.
there.
Nope, you're fine. You'll be here when you can.
The combat
and
factors popped up quicker than my character.
Huh.
Your
Yeah, it does
damage.
Yeah,
is
I mean,
great.
yeah. Again, it can take a few minutes for a character slot, like 5 minutes or more, for it to.
It'll
populate.
look like it's doing nothing, and then all of a sudden, the map will show up in your character sheet, and then it shows up in the character box.
All right, disease rat. We'll come over here, bite the water elemental, and miss. Disease giant rat. Number 2. Gonna see what gnome tastes like. All right, the Odiug. All right. All right, he's gonna start with a bite on the tiefling. 24 hits Armot. $12, 25 piercing, half for 12.
Yikes.
Jeez.
Con save. Makes the con save. No poison to worry about. And then tentacle. That'll hit. Armot's grappled. And then another tentacle will go on Thunder Thump.
Should be disadvantage.
Is there an effect we need to put on Thunder Thump?
No, you're attacking yourself.
Oh, because it's the size. It's not reading. Okay.
But both hit, so.
Oh, okay. All right. So there is. Let's see. Do I have to club it? I'm going to move the Odiug for a minute so that I can actually get the damage to fall onto Thunder Thump. And then Thunder Thump also grappled. And move him back where he is. Sage.
Okay. Does getting out of prone constitute movement? I know it takes
It
some.
uses half your speed. So it
Sorry.
does it is movement.
Okay, so I won't get the steady aim, steady shot thing if I get up, which is fine.
Correct.
As far as strategy, somebody give me some advice here. Should we try to pick off the rats and minimize the chance that we get poisoned, or should we just go for the big thing?
Outside of character, that rats are going to be my first target, but
Okay.
and I'm fairly confident in them, and I'm already poisoned, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you're close to the rats, so the monster's distracted for the time being.
Right.
Alrighty. Well, and I'm going to move down here. So, Gimbal, are you saying that like you're okay to,
I'm
like,
fine.
you don't want me to get rid of the rat, and then I'm okay to go for the big guy?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm gonna try to do for now. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, cool. I can do that. Gonna run between Denson's legs here, and then I'm
You
gonna
could
take
just go
the.
diagonally around. The square next to me is passable.
Oh, it is, but I'm a halfling. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. There's no.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no penalty. So I'm like running
That's
through your
right.
legs. And then,
It just wants to go through your leg.
that's it. I just yeah
I'll jump up a little. Give you
yeah exactly.
room.
Sorry, where's it at? There it is. Okay, and I'm gonna take a shot. Yep. Is that a 4? Oh, okay, couldn't see. All right, miss. I'll run back, and then I think I can hide because I can hide as long as somebody is on either side of me. And I think everything that can see me, there's like a character in front, right? So I'm gonna try to hide.
Yeah, you have yes.
Okay.
You've covered.
All right,
Hide
cool.
behind the gnome.
Yeah, exactly. I can get really, really small. I'll do that, and then it'll be my turn.
All right. All right. Disease giant rat 16. Nala's mounting, so he can choose a target. He's going to choose Nala. Looks like a better, tastier than the water elemental. He's had plenty of water today. All right. Elemental. Unless he goes on your turn.
No, he has an
Yeah,
independent.
he goes on his own.
action.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's going to move. He has 90 feet swim speed, so he should be no problem able to. Can I move him?
I don't think you can because he was not one of your on your cohorts tab. I don't
All right.
think.
So,
So-
if you could move him to the other side of the Odiug.
All right. So you're going to provoke some opportunity attacks from those two rats down there.
Sure.
Let me make those. And they're both going to come from the 16, but it's the two different ones. Wait, why? Oh, pack tactics. Yeah, that makes sense. And then are water elementals immune to disease?
Disease in general? No.
And then second attack. All right. So water elemental is disease. Can't regain hit points by magical means, and this max decreases by 3 every 24 hours. Not that that's going to be relevant. All right, so you want the water element to move to the opposite side.
Yep.
There you go.
And 2 slam attacks, which should be at advantage from flanking.
Okay. Let's see if Fantasy Grounds recognizes it sometimes with huge creatures. It doesn't always. We'll try. Nope.
Yeah, it did.
I had to do it. I had to hit it a second time. All right, that is a hit. And then again, that one I had to hit advantage. There's a crit.
Nice.
All right. And if you could move him just 1 square south to leave some room on the ledge for somebody.
Okay. Now you were mounted, yes? You'd be
Yeah.
you have gone with him. All right.
Yep. So
Naren, you're up.
All right.
I'm in the
I guess
game.
I'm gonna go
Yay.
ahead and cast the Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
So, well, let me see. I want to move right here, or, well, I guess I can't get everybody. Let's see. Well, that's a bridge, right?
No, that one down there is stuff under that's down at the bottom of the sewer. It's like
Okay. All right. So I guess maybe I'll wait to cast that then. Or what do y'all think? You think I should go ahead and cast it on everybody that I can?
I think
Um,
Denson and Aramon are the most important, right? For healing
you
stuff.
you can go into the water.
yeah.
Okay. That'll put me right in range. And so, yeah, so I clicked the bottom one first, right? Is that how it works?
Let's see. So you're gonna click. Yeah. Well, actually, what you can do now, I think the button is back. Let me look here. Nope, they're not. Why are they not? Oh, the theme is okay.
Is that one?
Yeah, that one. Yes, that one's your concentration. Then push the other one. Will do the effect on everybody else.
Oh, you mean the? Yeah.
You're good. You
Did I
got
do
it.
it?
Got it.
Okay.
Yep, you sure did.
All right. And then after that, can I cast a firebolt as a cantrip as a bonus action?
Firebolt is an action. It takes an action
Okay.
to cast. So
All right. Well then, I guess I'll pass my turn. I think I clicked it. Did I click it?
Yep.
Yeah, it always takes a second.
All right, giant rat 17. Get up there. Tactics, that's a miss. Denson.
All right. So you've got the rat, so over Thunder Thump. I can't go past. Well, I can just go through the water. 40.
Is he on a bridge? Like that's a bridge?
Yeah.
I wanted to. If I got one on the bridge there, would I have flanking though?
Oh no.
Yes, because he's a large creature, because he's a huge creature, what you want is a line directly through the center of your character, has to pass through directly through the center of the opponent, which has to then also pass directly through the center of an ally, which, as you can see, does. So yes.
So it does? Okay, I thought it would have to go through the center of like the center square from him.
No, it has to go
Okay.
through the center of a square. Like, so with a large creature, you could both be on the top side, so to speak, and it's not going to pass, or, on a huge, or even on a huge. Anyway.
Okay, then I won't go through the water. I'll just do it from here.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, try again.
Should have advantage, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not doing
Yeah,
it.
you'll have to manually hit advantage. So that's your first attack. That's a hit.
Okay. And let's go ahead and try this stunning strike. Not sure how that's going to work against a creature like this, but let's try it. No.
Wanted to be a 17, but
Well, close enough.
yeah,
Okay.
worked out.
All right, so let me hit advantage and let me do it again.
That'll hit.
Okay. Do one more stunning strike. It's not awesome. He's got a pretty good bonus, but no. Okay, and then let's see, one more attack or two more? No, let's just do a single unarmed strike on him, and don't want to use too much key. Okay, and that's still a hit. Okay.
Wow.
All right, that's all I have.
All right. Morticia.
I was doing my maths. So since our barbarian is sort of on the front lines here, and I don't want him to go down and lose his rage. Arhamat? Is that how we say it? Arhamat?
Yes.
Arhamat? If you would take that's 2d4 plus 5 plus 4, so I believe that's 17 hit points, and I will knock off a second level slot there.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then we will do, that's a bonus action, and then I will do some vicious mockery on him to see if we can prevent him from hitting effectively. He succeeds, that's okay. At least we got him up a little bit for right now, so we'll go down on the next hit, hopefully. And that is, do I want to stay there?
Don't forget you're prone, just in case.
I don't think I was I prone?
Oh, sorry, I saw Lunala was prone.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
let me
yeah.
take that off. Let me take that off because I'm assuming Lunala you would have used on your turn speed movement to stand or no?
Yeah, I use half my movement to get up, half my movement to mount.
Yep. Okay. Making sure.
Go there. Yeah. And that is it for Morticia for now, and hopefully see what happens next turn.
Gimbal.
There we go.
Alright, I'm gonna take a step here. And oh, that's not from that spot, but can I move it up? So I have a 30-foot cone. How do I get it longer? There we go.
Drag the 25. Drag it. The number. Where's
So I
it?
can
There you go.
Does that hit all 4 of them?
1, 2, 3. So we have to kind of do it because you can start it anywhere adjacent to your square. You kind of do it that way because you got to get half of each creature square. But yeah, you can get all 4 now.
All right. And we are going to be doing Rhymes Binding Ice.
Two success, 2 failures.
Alright, and I gotta see what happens. So, creature on a failed save, creature takes that, and on a success,
So
okay,
good. Yeah, start with your damage because that
Yep.
might end the
that's
relevance.
what I was making sure that.
Yeah.
I will.
All right.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
They took less than I thought. Okay. So I guess that is. Yeah, that's gonna be my turn. Well, I'm gonna move my manifest mind up just so I can see, and then that will be my turn.
All right. The manifest mind is
Oh, sorry.
on.
the man-
Yeah. No. I
Okay.
just need to pass it here. I got it.
No, I was saying the diseased mouse that's closest to me should have the condition on it. That's all. There we go. All right.
They're not dead. Oh, the damage. Oh dear lord. Okay, I'm like that's gonna kill them all. They've got like 6 hit points. They have like 8, some of them. So apparently it didn't quite. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Ermot, you're up.
Let's see, what can a barbarian do?
Hmm.
I am not attacking reckless, so
Okay.
do I need to unclick or
Nope. Reckless expires automatically. You are
you.
grappled, which just means your speed is 0. There's no disadvantage though, because that's when you're restrained and you're not restrained.
screw it then. I'm gonna reckless because I mean I'm here or not, so I just clicked on the reckless and I didn't.
Well, you're going to
see
have
the
advantage because you're
There it is.
flanking. So you're going to have advantage because
Oh.
you're flanking. So I mean, you can certainly reckless if you like, but there's not really a need for it because you're already going to get advantage. You have to click it advantage manually because Fancy Guns doesn't know. But
I keep forgetting because I have so many different games that are advantages. Flanking is advantage and flanking is a +2. So thank you for the reminder.
yep, that's a hit. And on large and smaller creatures, mine, whether it's +2 or whether it's advantage, mine are automated. Just on huge creatures, it doesn't tend to catch it. Ooh, look at
Ooh.
that.
They didn't suck damage, but. And then I am done.
All right.
Clicking the tracker, clicking me off. They wanted me
Right.
there.
All right. Lunala.
You're muted.
Thank you. I am going to use a new ability because I
Yay.
am a great weapon master wizard.
Awesome. You're an awesome
How
weapon
great is-
master wizard.
How great.
Don't sell yourself short.
Not just great.
And let's do a booming great weapon. See if this works. That's a hit. Or
Nice.
big hit.
Yeah.
Anything else? I will. Thunder Thump can't move. But can he like use an action to try to escape the grapple?
Yeah.
All right. Let me think. Yeah, I'll bonus action have Thunder Thump use his action to escape the grapple, or try to.
Okay. All right.
Athletics
Should be. Yep. Oh yeah.
All right, and he will leap over here.
All right.
I think that's it.
And then just throwing this out there, I don't know. Did you use the great weapon coding from the spells, or did you write that one yourself? If you wrote that one yourself, it's going to stay on. It looks like there's no expiration on it.
Yeah, I
you
did that
use-
intentionally because I'm
Yep.
going to use
Okay.
it every turn, and it's
Gotcha.
easier to
As long
remove
as you're
it when
aware.
I'm not using it.
I just didn't want you to be surprised if next round you weren't wanting to use it and it was there still. Okay.
I'm gonna
Go ahead and pass.
reaction.
All right.
I'm gonna talon on disease giant rat 4.
Okay.
So it needs to make a strength saving throw of DC 14.
Nope.
Nope.
That reminds me, I'm gonna legendary action the Uriali card.
At the end of whose turn? Thunder Thumps.
Yeah,
Okay.
whomever's turn, and have the thing make a DC 13 con save.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay,
Holy shit.
good to know.
Can I attempt to do the same thing with the Don John card?
Why not?
If you could make a DC 14 Wisdom save, please.
Oh.
That one's a little easier.
Anyone else?
isn't it?
Come on. Let's go.
Jeez.
Come on.
Hey, at least we remembered to do it, so thank you for reminding us. Cannot be used till the next dawn, right? I seem to remember.
Correct.
I already used mine last week.
But the Uriali card, I think I can use every round. It does not specify once a day. In fact, it specifies that it has advantage on further saving throws for the rest of the day if it saves, which implies it can be used multiple times.
Ah, okay.
So now it has advantage and a plus 10 on the con
Great.
save.
I have Uriali as once per short rest.
Mine also doesn't say once per any amount of time. I was going back through my notes to see if I had anything on the notes.
Let me.
but
You know what, guys? Let's after this combat. Remind me. I
Okay.
want that to look those durations up. Play it like you think it's supposed to be, or like it literally says. And if I didn't copy something in, we'll fix it after this combat.
Cool.
All right. All right. So let's see. Who then? Who I ask? Who then? Don't open the party sheet. Open the combat tracker.
Mr. Owl.
So I have my Sunday night game. I have a wizard with a familiar, and he refused to name his owl. Like we're like, I don't know, session freaking 20 or almost or something. He hasn't named his familiar. So I'm like, I told him, I said, name your familiar, or next week I'm naming him. So I named him Mr. Owl, and it's the lollipop, Mr. Owl.
Yeah.
And not only that, I changed his token to the owl icon from the Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop. All right, Disease Giant Rat 4. He is restrained. So Rat 6 on Gimbal.
It's frozen, yeah.
Finally. Yeah, it is. Just speed is 0.
Oh, okay, cool.
Damage, con save for Gimbal. All right, Udyug. Let's start with a bite
On who?
on Denson. It rolled it at himself. It shouldn't have had flanking, but either one of those would have missed.
Right.
All right, so then a tentacle on the elemental.
Ha ha.
He's got a really fun ability. and I can't do it unless I actually have two creatures held with the tentacle at the same time. So if anybody wants to, try to get hit next time, or maybe just let the water element, tell me the water elemental is going to go ahead and go prone so that the audio has advantage, and then that tentacle will go to Aramat. There's one. Now just nobody try to escape, and just let him live until the next round.
Let him live.
The blood of angry men. All right, Sage.
All right. Sage is gonna, for flavor here, drop to one knee and then narrowly miss putting his knee in what he assumes is shit. And it's like, oh god. And he's gonna take a shot. Do an advantage with steady aim here. Thanks, Tony, for telling me about that. Learn something new every day. I believe that is a crit.
Yeah, and your sneak.
And my sneak attack, which
Baby.
automation is
Oh,
there.
Yeah, it is. You were going to let him live, though. Remember, we agreed.
Aramat
you guys
was.
promised. You guys promised.
Sage
Yeah.
didn't
He
say
is
anything.
young.
Sage didn't say anything. That's what I like to see.
Holy cow.
Oh.
That's a lot of ones, though.
Mwah.
A lot of
That is a
ones.
lot of ones.
Yeah,
But you know what?
Only,
there's a 6 in there. There's a 6 in there.
only 3 above half. That was a weak roll. I'm not going to lie.
Well, it's the number of
above it.
dice. I still get a dopamine hit from the number of dice being thrown.
Well,
Um,
it's your most
35 damage. It was solid.
most damage you've ever done. So you got that going for you.
after the last couple of sessions, don't take this from me, Bob. It was a good hit. Okay.
It
It was a good
was a
hit.
clean hit.
And I can't hide, can't move. That's going to be my turn.
All right. These are at 16. These giant are at 16.
I forgot to put the booming blade damage on him. I just remembered.
We'll go ahead at your leisure.
All right, I'll put it on.
Silvery barbs.
Oh, silvery barbs. Hold on. Oh, silver barbs only does 1 dice, which was the first to drop. A 17 was the first to drop, so still a hit. Oh no, he would have. Yeah. 17 was the first to drop, still a hit. Okay, and then the con save. Ooh.
I will use my inspiration for that because I saw what happened before.
Are you still poisoned from before?
Yeah, but this isn't poisoned.
This is can't regain hit points except by magical means, and max decreases by 3 every 24 hours. When it drops to 0, you die.
Mm.
All right, Jack Torrance, water elemental slam. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Something
2
else.
advantage slams.
1 advantage slam.
Oh,
Another hit. Passing turn. Darren. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's all there is. Darren doesn't do anything.
what about the rats?
Oh, yeah, we'll continue. Darren, you're up.
Kill the rat.
I'm gonna move
Big
down
rat.
here and I'm gonna cast magic missile at 3rd level.
Rat's going to counterspell?
Yeah.
Not really. Not really. It's a rat music.
So do I need to target each one of them?
So what you're going to do? No, you're going to do. So what you do with magic missile? Untarget everybody. When you cast magic missile, you're going to declare who your targets are. Like I'm going to shoot 1 at that guy and 2 at that guy, or all
Okay.
3 at that guy, or 1 at each. And then what you do is you
Just drop that
do-
die
yeah
on each-
for each one.
however many times.
Or-
Okay.
Yeah, on whoever. So are you shooting 1 at each, or are you doing something different?
I'm gonna do 2 at 4, 2 at 6, and then 1 at 16. Because at 3rd level I can shoot 5.
Yep, that's correct. All right.
So
All right, that one's down. down.
Okay. All right.
And that one's down.
Is that all of them?
Yep.
I like how Bob
Yay!
made you roll, even though those were guaranteed to kill the rat.
It's the
Yes,
integrity of the
and-
game.
Yeah.
And people
Gotta
like
leave
to
it to
roll
chance.
dice. People like to roll dice. Some people, not everybody. People like to roll dice. Let them.
I did
It's the
appreciate it.
preference, too.
I did appreciate it.
David, the fly from the background music that Blake mentioned. The
Yes.
fly is now. Blake says the fly is so hot in the Sirenscape mix. Actually, that fly was so fly in the Sirenscape mix.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, David, there's a fighting in Adiag in the woods track too, and that one doesn't have flies, so it's definitely the sewers because this was the fight him in the sewers. And we're
Oh,
gonna look up we're gonna look up those cards because for some reason that information. Let's see.
It feels like being able to do that every round might be
Not despair.
Awesome is what you're going to say. Awesome and balanced and
yes.
fair.
I have the
Yes.
gem card as once per day. I have Urley as once per short rest.
But yeah, that's not what it says on my item description.
Well, it may
Yeah.
not
I
have all
thought-
got pasted in there. I had to
Oh.
create those, if you'll remember. I'm looking here though, just to verify.
Do you all wish to be entertained with a story while we wait?
Yes.
I have a wonderful pantyhose story. Are you ready?
Of
Since it came up earlier.
course.
We were traveling somewhere for a nice event, and tragically, the pair that I was going to wear had like a run in them, and I couldn't wear them. So we're going to stop at Walgreens. And I had a very sheltered childhood. I was homeschooled until high school, so I was unfamiliar with some of the modern lingo as it was. So we stopped by a Walgreens where I was going to pick up another pair of pantyhose, and I could not find them. So I asked the person working there, "I'm sorry, could you tell me where you keep your hose?" And he got upset. And it took me a
That's
little while to
hilarious.
figure out why he was upset. Very nice black gentleman. Took a little bit of offense. We were able to talk through it. He was able to direct me to the right section.
Oh, see, and me, innocent bird that I am, I'm thinking, well, garden hose. You know, sometimes they sell lots of things at Walgreens. They have weird.
No. That came out as
Where
interpreted as
the
a
hose
different
at?
spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where the hose at?
Well, where do
Yeah.
you keep the hose?
Glad we're streaming this, right? This is being broadcast and recorded.
It is.
Security.
Absolutely is. Okay, let's see. So let's check EUR. Spell your
local
ale.
agents.
All right, while in possession of this card, villain gains full action. Creature see 50 on. Maybe use once per long or short rest. So it is rest based.
Right.
It's
Where
the
is it
same.
from? Like, what's the source? So I can.
It's from a third party 5e conversion of the 4th edition Gardmore Abbey Adventure.
All right.
Is the same true for Don John, as long as you're looking it up?
Don John is as well, short or long rest. What's everybody else got? Let's just verify these.
I have the rogue
can-
card. That one was until the next dawn, I believe. Oh no, once per day it said. Yeah.
I have Talon.
Yeah, see, make sure. Yeah. They're both short or long rest. Unless in the moment I modified them. I don't recall that I did. Our mod it'll turn off when I when I hit the rest button or advance the tracker. You don't have to worry about turning actions
Oh, okay.
off that are just haven't expired during time.
No worries then. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I mean, okay. So I see. Look here. Did anybody get the void?
No, that doesn't.
Void is
sound
once a
familiar.
day.
Who has Sage? Nobody, or they left.
Yeah, I think they must have gone.
And the gem card.
Thought Lunala had the gem card.
I have the gem and Uriali. Well, Thunder Thump had
Short-
one, but I don't remember which one.
Short or long rest.
Short or long for gem as well?
Yep.
And for the rogue card?
The rogue is yes, short or long for rogue.
And can you confirm that Uriali is a DC 13 save? That seems
It is.
lower than the other ones. All right.
It is. Yeah. Nobody had the star. Nobody had the
Unless
night.
you want to start dropping them again.
So I had
No,
all of
the-
those actually.
Those
Or the
those are
purple
those ones.
horseshoes.
So they're either short or long rest or long rest. All of them are. None of them are at will. Yeah. So there are a few that are once a day. You don't have any of those. Okay.
And as far as could we use 2 in one round?
2 cards. You can only
Yeah.
make one legendary action. You can only do one legendary action at the end of somebody's turn. That's
Okay,
by
but-
definition. That's how legendary actions work. So like,
But I mean in one round. So like after one person's turn and then after
Yeah.
the next person's turn. All right.
yes, because yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Nala's plotting something, I can tell.
I'm just trying to get the rules straight, you know?
Yep. Nope.
I want to
Nothing
make
wrong
sure
with
I
that.
understand.
Can I?
Nothing wrong with that.
We're done with that. Can I try to? I don't know if I can do a medicine check or something to figure out how I can become unpoisoned. Or
Oh yeah, undiseased. It's easy.
I was. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, poisoned. No, sorry, poisoned. The poison from the stench is for 1 hour, so it's going to pass even without a medicine check. You know that you're starting to feel better. You're still a little woozy, but the smell has mostly cleared. At least the intense smell from the methane sort of being pushed through the hose, so to speak,
Damn it, Bob.
The cure.
pushing methane through the hose.
The cure is
Oh.
very simple. We kill you, and then we resurrect you, and then you'll be fine.
That's Baldur's Gate 3 logic, is what that is.
All right.
I prefer
So
Are there
reincarnate.
any materials we can harvest from the Odiug?
again, maybe a few gold pieces worth of material components. If there are spells that
what-
require Odiug parts.
What I want to do is just sort of collect monster parts and then at some
Yeah.
point in the future look at everything I have and say like, wow, can I use this from the Odiug and this from the da and this from the da and like make a that's where I'm going.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, and like Lunala may see that and say, hey, maybe I could use that someday. And then whether or not you actually, whether or not it can actually be used, like you tell me what part of the audio you think might be useful and just add that as a line in your equipment tab. I'll tell you if it's harvestable. So you tell me you want one of its tentacles or the tip of one of its tentacles or the suckers on one of its tentacles. Say, hey Bob, I want an audio sucker. Are there any intact that I could harvest? And I'll say yes, or I'll say no. We'll go like that.
Hey Bob, I
Works.
want an Odiug sucker. Are there any
Terrible
that I
piece
can
of
harvest?
candy.
Morticia, there's more tentacles.
Yeah, these ones are much bigger.
I can't wear multiple tentacle boas. That's just gauche.
Right.
Hey.
You can get some, just call it a portion of an audio tentacle with suckers or whatever, however you want to word it. But yeah,
All right.
Hey Bob, can I cast Lesser Restoration on Gimbal and cure him of the poison?
can. You sure can. If you want.
I don't know if Do I need to go ahead and cast it, or can you just?
Just spend the spell slot. I'll just take off the poison.
Alright.
Well, thank you.
How
feel
do
much
we
better.
feel about a rest of some kind?
Yeah, I would like a long rest if I could, because I'm all out of sorcery points.
I'd be good with a short rest. I, you know,
If we can find
um,
an alcove, I think I could
Yeah,
muscle
that's
up for a
true.
while.
yeah, Naren, you know all of these safe houses. Is there one nearby?
Well, as you sort of little by little staying within line of sight of each other as you venture around, you realize that the uh, the recent activity, or perhaps from before, seems to have changed the landscape a little bit. The direction the Adiog came from, um, another, 20, and we're not on the map at this point, right? We're referencing the map. Maybe 20 feet ahead, it's a straight shot, 20 feet ahead, 30 feet ahead, something like that. There is a ladder that looks like it leads up to an access point. But back the way you came, you see that maybe 50 feet behind where you were at, the sewer has actually collapsed. You are boxed in now, other than a single ladder heading up to an access point to, you assume, the surface.
Hmm.
So this
So-
is a perfect place for a nap, is what you're saying, because
I mean,
everything else
it's
has
quite,
been collapsed.
it's very easily defensible, is yes, because you literally just have a single hatch to watch.
I'm gonna ritually cast Tiny Hut.
That too. All right. All right.
Nap time.
Yep. Long rest goes off without a hitch.
Yay.
All right.
I don't always see Aramat's commentary in the tracker, but when I do, it brings me joy.
Right.
I'm also going to summon my familiar,
Yes.
but I'd like it as an owl, but I'm gonna call it Raven 2.
All right. So let's give you an owl.
I
And
also have a request.
Karoja is going to be active today. Just saying, so she's not just an object; she's a creature.
All right. Let's get
Whether
her into the
she'll do
tracker.
anything remains to be seen. But if we get blasted by a fireball, she's dead.
All right. Let's get her into the tracker as well. And Raven 2 is an owl. Do they look like a raven, or they actually look like an owl?
I don't want to steal a black owl because I think that's what Morticia has, so it can look like an owl.
All right. All right. Why? Ah, there. Okay. Because I paged way past them. That's why. It's right there. Okay. All right. Night passed uneventfully.
Oh, sorry. I have one more
Yeah.
request. I apologize. Because
No,
we
no.
are studying the primer at the end of long rest, my Wither Bloom primer allows me to choose one first level spell from the Druid or Wizard spell list, and I would like to be able to use Find Familiar so I can just have Omen without Lunala having, Lunala can use her tattoos on other people, not just me.
All right. Okay. Anything else?
Is there another aboleth outside the tent when we wake up?
There is nothing outside the tent when you wake up.
Excellent.
I've got the rapier at least. We'll know.
No.
Right?
Yeah, I think you misunderstand. There is nothing
Nothing.
outside the
Yeah.
no
I got it.
sewer. No, not really. You guys, you're so silly. Okay. So, anyway,
That was a clue. You were going to give us the void card.
right. Telegraphed that one earlier, didn't I? All right. So, are we?
You haven't gotten the void yet, right?
I didn't say yet. I just did not say yet. All right. So there is again access to surface of some sort, whether it's where exactly you're not entirely sure.
You want me to scout that? Any objections? Hide and climb up and see what I see.
Go for it.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right. Well, give me a perception as you climb up the ladder, as you get near the top.
Okay. Do you need a stealth too?
Not yet. Not yet. No. 'cause
Ooh,
you
not
may-
great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
a 10. Never mind.
you hear voices. You hear voices and footsteps directly above.
Ah.
Like they're like you literally hear a footstep hit the top of the access hatch.
Is it loud enough for anyone else to hear? Or is it just me?
Once you climb, not really, because it's it's fairly thick and dampens the sound quite a bit. But once you're up there, as long as you're not completely distracted, you're likely to hear it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go down just a few rungs and let the party know and see if they're still okay with me going forward. Like, hey, it sounds like there's people there. I don't know if we're about to come into a shopping mall, if we're about to come into an enemy base. I don't know what's coming, but there are people up there.
Would I know where this ladder comes out at because of my connections with the Harpers and everything?
You did a lot of running through the sewers. Give me, we'll call it a survival check with disadvantage. See if you have some idea of where you might be.
Said survival.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're just not really sure. I mean, you're closer than you were to the, to the north gates, which is where you wanted to try and get out. But that much you're sure of. But beyond that, you haven't a clue.
Well, maybe instead of going up one by one, I can just mage hand the thing open and we can say hello and they can come down one by one and try to pick us off, or we can just have a nice little conversation without,
Yeah.
someone stabbing us on our way up.
I've
Morticia's
got-
great at conversation.
If
I
we
am.
wi-
Want
I
me
mean,
to
if-
go up and clear a path? I can.
I mean, I've
do
got
it.
really good stealth. I've also got an invisibility potion.
Well, I mean, if
I've
we
got a
really
good
want
axe.
to know what's up there, if you want to mage hand it open, we can send my manifest mind up and I can
Oh.
see.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Or
I
I
can-
can ask them questions.
All right. I imagine after relaying that, it seems like we're going to take the more cautious approach, and Sage will jump down, holding onto the ladder, and slide all the way down, and make room
Okay.
for the manifest mine.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. When you send it up, you open the hatch and you see you can all, or whoever's looking, manifest mind certainly, of course, and anybody else who's at an angle such that you could see walking past the hatch. You see folks. I mean, you see somebody step out of the way, and you ever say, "Oh, sorry, didn't know someone was coming up," and you hear his voice continue to trail off as he walks from one direction to the other. And manifest mind, it's invisible, yes.
It puts off a slight glow. It's a tiny object.
Oh, all right. So, I mean, what you see is a hallway going both directions. There are probably 20 people or so in this 50-foot long hallway, as walking from, we'll say, left to right. And it looks to the left. It looks like, and it's all stone construction, no windows. You suspect you're still underground. To the left, the hallway goes about 30 feet from where you're at and then turns. To the right, it looks like it opens up into a well-lit room You can't see much because it looks like once you hit the room, maybe there's a ramp downward, but you can kind of see a ceiling, and um, you can see like a chandelier, sort of a makeshift chandelier, actually hanging from the ceiling, and it's not candles. It actually um, looks like somebody took a wagon wheel, tied a rope to it, took a baton, nailed it into the ceiling, and then cast a continual flame spell on several parts of it. So when I say a makeshift chandelier, that's what I'm describing. And so folks seem to be going from the other way into that room, but you can't really see what's going on in there. It looks to be quite large, near as you can tell.
They're not going to immediately kill us. We might as well go up.
Yes, do you want me to go up and do
Oh.
the diplomatic thing?
I'm already climbing up as soon as he said go up, and then I'll be quiet when I get up there and let her make her diplomatic.
All right. As you all start to merge, folk continue to walk
And
by.
I'll-
Oh, hello there. Sorry about that. Almost. Go ahead.
I'm helping everybody up, offering hands to pull them up and all that stuff.
Once we
Yeah,
get
matter of fact,
there, I notice how bad we all smell.
right. Well, I'm assuming that you would have cleaned up after you would have washed up during your rest and whatnot. Although the tiny hut doesn't really have running water. Does anybody have prestidigitation?
I do.
All right.
I think I do as
Would you?
well.
I imagine you'd have cleaned up anybody that wanted to be.
I effectively have
Morticia
all
would have
cantrips.
asked.
Yeah.
Well, right, but yeah. So I mean, people walk by. Oh, you're just in time. We're going to start soon. It's going to start soon. And you hear people talking. Say, I don't know. I'm going to put 50 on the big guy. We'll see how he does this time. Last time he got
we're
the
at
shit kicked out of
arena.
him.
We're at the arena again. Oh
Hmm.
no.
Yeah, Morticia will just kind of like, as she comes up, be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we've gotten turned around. Could you tell us, like, sort of like the lay of the land here? Where are we at?"
Do you know disguise
the land.
self?
I can cast it, yeah.
No, it's up to you.
One of the passersby says, well, the Fight Club's just up this way. I assume they came down up through the sewer access. You're not here to watch the fight?
I'm afraid we're a little turned around. You said the fight club? Is that who's running that?
Who's running it? I guess that would be, Boss Lyle runs it.
Morticia will kind of like give eyes at Sage and Naren and see if they have any recognition of a boss Lyle.
Make
Roll
history
check.
checks. Roll history checks. Those of you that are native to the Doom Forgotten Realms Waterdeep or have been here sometime. You do it at a minimum, regardless of what you get. You do know Boss Lyle is a figure in the sort of seedier underground element. As you learned recently, Xanathar has sort of lost a lot of his power in Waterdeep, so it's no longer. There was a time, those of you that are from the sort of the regular Waterdeep, you know that the Xanathar pretty much controlled all the crime in the city. Well, there are a number of gangs, and Boss Lyle runs one of them, or syndicates, I should say. And then Naren, in particular, you know a little bit more through your work with the Harpers. They tell you that Boss Lyle um, is useful. He's not particularly um, intentionally evil. Now he'll kill the innocent if it makes him money, but like that's not his first choice, right? So he's not. He's sort of a chaotic lawful, well, maybe lawful neutral with sort of evil tendencies, if we're going to talk in sort of really old school terms about alignment. So they've would know that they've occasionally agitated, the Harpers have co-agitated with Boss Lyle's gang.
I relay this information to the group.
we're here. We might as well go take a look.
Perhaps. Yeah. Any objections?
Sage is
No.
just gonna like say like it doesn't make any. Nobody knows what I look like. Nobody knows who I am. But y'all are trying to get away from people, right? Is there a group of folks that you're trying to stay unseen by, say hidden from? Talking to the folks that just had the necklace on a couple days ago.
Pretty much just those higher ups, the Manchun and his kind of like upper people. No one else really knew us.
So it's like, hell yeah, let's go place a bet.
Morticia will like put her. She's not going to cast disguise self yet, but she's going to wrap the tentacle boa just a little bit more farther around her face, so like, her eyes are just peeping out, and she's not terribly recognizable. Hopefully, in the new armor and the new cloth and all that other stuff.
All right. You proceed in. You see a large room. This is only a portion of it, so there are more and more seats. Probably a couple hundred seats altogether, easily. So there's several rows, kind of behind where I have your tokens. You're further back, okay, but the map doesn't necessarily show it. I just want to give you the sort of lay of the land. You do see what looks like what we would call a boxing ring, but a fighting stage, front and center. Chandelier that I described earlier, makeshift chandeliers lighting the entire room. And yeah, you see again a couple hundred people easily. And then at the far end of the fight stage on the other side, there's a table behind which is seated a single cloaked figure, quite handsome, human male.
Ranger.
The hood is down. No, hood is down. You can see a rapier at his side. Um, he is sitting next to. He's flanked by elven, blonde elven twins, one male, one female, and
Legolas, Gimli.
folk are bringing things to him, and he's giving instructions. You can't really hear over the murmur of the crowd what that might be. So that is what you're seeing.
Morticia will kind of turn to Naren and say, are you friendly enough with this fellow that we should make introductions, or would it be wiser to lie low?
Me personally, myself, I don't have any connections with them, but perhaps my organization does. Um, I could take the chance to approach and introduce myself and see if maybe that could work. I'm not sure it's going up as a group of however many of there are with us
Yeah.
would be the appropriate approach, but I could possibly sneak off and try to talk with them or something.
Do you want me to come with you to grease the wheels a little bit?
Yeah, we could do that. I think, one or two people would be good. Um, I wouldn't do more than three, including myself.
Sage thinks he's probably sold something to somebody here before. So he'll follow along. He doesn't need to speak. He doesn't need to take point, but he'll come along.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, that's a good spot for us to take our bio break. It is 10:39 Eastern U.S. time. Take about 10 minutes, 11 minutes, whatever you need. About let's try and come back around 10 minutes till
Sounds
Bob,
good.
during
So I'm admin in a Facebook group, D&D Facebook group, and it's mostly, well, when we if I go in and I look at the
Us older folk.
demographics, it's like something like 60% Gen X, and then like 20% boomers, or about 15% boomers, 15% older millennials, and then everybody else. And so, we've seen a lot of additions, right? The older ones of us saw original D&D, then AD&D, and so on and so forth. And so, if you haven't been with D&D continuously since 4E, you're expecting more and more additions. And so, what we learned, those of us that were played 4E and were there through that era, we realized, because we there were only a few of us, and so we all talked to each other. But Wizards decided they wanted to have a final stable version of the game, and so even when 4E updated after a couple of years, sort of to rebrand and remarket, they updated the rules and they called it Essentials. But it was the same game, backwards compatible, everything completely, and not like 3.0 to 3.5, where 3.5 everything was far superior to 3.0. And so the 2024 update is analogous. Everything I've seen is analogous to 4E and Essentials. But like Essentials updated, it included all the errata, right, that had been made on spells. It clarified some wording. This is kind of what's happening with 2024. Some of the things that are happening. For example, DM Inspiration in the 2014 Player's Handbook is just called Inspiration, right? Well, they're updating it. It's now going to be called Heroic Inspiration. So that's one of the types of updates. And so D&D Beyond released today their dev notes about what's changing when the 2024 Player's Handbook drops into D&D Beyond. And essentially, older content will have the legacy tag, much like when Monsters of the Multiverse came out with a new monster math, which is exactly what they did during the 4E days with Monster Manual 3. They had new monster math that predated an updated core books. And by the way, the only reason there is a 5th edition is because of the 4th edition Pathfinder edition wars were so intense. There wasn't going to be. They'd planned to not. The marketplace had other ideas. Anyway, so one of the disputes today, it's got some people up in arms, is spells and magic items on D&D Beyond. The text will be replaced with the new text, and people are really mad at that. And I can't for life of me figure out what it is, even if for if you're not updating your core rules, let's pretend that's the case. I don't know why you wouldn't, but people are weird. They get stuck. They call things additions, and they think that they want those. Why would you want the unerrated version of spells, right? And so they're all mad because like, I won't get the 2014 version of the spell. Yeah, the 2014 version had was less clear, right? Same thing with the magic items. Like they're updating those two things. Like those aren't even updates to the rule system, right? Those are updates to components that contribute to the rule system. So anyway,
Yeah.
I had to
I
rant
think
somewhere.
I think it's people mad about some of their spells now require concentration that didn't before, and they don't like it. That's my hot
okay.
take.
If
Okay.
that thing changed,
There is some of that. But here's the thing. You can go in and homebrew. You put in homebrew, you put in the old version of the spell, you got what you had before. But so people are, they're like, well, it's been stolen from us.
Work.
Yes, that's effort.
Not only but some people are actually, their brains are rigid thinkers. They get locked
Yeah.
into the thing. And I know there's some things that I do too, but some of the people that are complaining the most are, you've changed where my soap is located in the store. I'm going to flip out instead of going, I know what I need, so I just need to find the new spot. Their mind just gets locked up over it.
I should be
I
more
know-
compassionate. You're right. I should be more understanding of the neurodivergence that especially among gamers of my generation, neurodivergence is statistically significantly higher than the general population. That's changing, right? The newer,
Yeah.
younger folk are proportionately less neurodivergent. They're a hell of a lot more queer than we were, which is a good thing. But like, because we were all just straight old white dudes. But so they're a lot more diverse. But like, they're also somewhat less proportionally neurodivergent. And so I do need to remember that, Stephen. You're right. Right, their brains get stuck, and that's I should be more compassionate.
It's frustrating dealing with the whining, but yeah, no, I get where you're coming from when people are being constantly, oh my god, blah. But yeah, sometimes it's just you got to look at them going, oh, you're just having trouble letting your brain think. Okay, we'll give you some years because that's what it took from you going from first edition to second edition. It's going to be the same thing. No, it really is.
No, you're right.
People don't
I'm
think
laughing
about
because
it.
it's true. I'm laughing because it's true.
They think
Yeah.
about the immediate and not
Yeah.
the long term. And if you
Well,
look at
and-
their patterns over that time, you're like, yeah, you did that with third edition and 3.5, and then
some of my reaction is shell shock from the fourth edition wars were pretty fucking miserable for those of us on the 4E side especially. All right. Anyway, I had to rant somewhere.
Oh, go ahead. Keep ranting.
I'm good. I'm done.
I think.
Hey, do we get
too,
the
that there's
inspiration for the ranting?
Oh, there you go.
No,
I
Corey,
think-
what you got?
Yeah, I think too that there's a selection of people who are sort of anti Hasbro,
Yeah.
camp in general, and so they're maybe a little bit of tinfoil hattery. I saw a bunch of people wringing their hands because the new version says that they recommend using digital dice these days, and they're like, oh, they're gonna somehow try to enforce not letting us use physical dice, and I'm like, in what universe do you think
Oh, it's the
they're gonna
conspiracy.
put
It's
cameras in your
palpable.
house and report you to the police for using physical dice?
It's palpable, right? You can cut you can cut it with a knife. Like there's I won't name the name because there's a rage bait D&D YouTuber guy that just 3 weeks ago said because Hasbro listed a digital marketing job for D&D, he's like, all right, 2 years, they won't even be printing books and everything will be digital. They won't be printing any of the D&D books. Matter of fact, it's possible that these 3 core books are the last ones they're going to print. Everything else will have to get on D&D Beyond. Man, you know what? Here's the thing. That's fucking nuts. So anyway, that's a clinical term, by the way. Fucking nuts. All right. All right, back to it. Yeah.
I want to, I just codified something that I want to share with, is it Naren? How do you pronounce that name?
Like that.
Naren?
Yeah.
I'll just post this in the chat.
Rutro
I give Naren 10 such stones and an earring.
I think you did it in just chatting instead of our.
Oh, my bad. We'll delete that message.
You could do it. You could do it in the. Oh, I see. You could do it in the. I don't see it at all. In our Discord.
Yeah.
Here, why don't I put that too into the Fantasy Grounds chat. This pebble's been enchanted by the knowledge of magic missile relay subtle messages. The shuh, the woo, the shuhs and woos. Yeah. So it's a way to basically.
What on earth? Is it Sirenscape?
It is Sirenscape.
I'm assuming that a word in there triggered Sirenscape.
Yeah, had to.
That's hilarious.
You typed the phrase magic mouth, and so.
Oh, yep.
That just makes me want to brute force this and see what reacts, right?
There it goes.
So I don't know, I'm pretty proud of how I thought this out, trying to translate Steven Strogatz's synchronization algorithm to D&D. Uh, but so basically, you can leave a trail of these little pebbles, and we'll be able to like communicate across that trail back and forth.
Gotcha.
That's
And
hilarious.
yeah, I'm calling it Leaf Song. Is a language. It's basically Morse code.
Gotcha.
More to come.
Ah,
Leaf song. All right.
I like it. I like.
Yep.
All right. I don't know why that's not. Oh, I know why it's not. Never mind. All right. So lots of hustle and bustle going on. You can hear people making bets. You can hear, you hear people talking about the undercard matches, and then the finale, the final match, which featuring apparently somebody called the Big Guy, and you also notice in the more dimly lit corners, it looks like um, folk making deals of some sort, or plotting and being very sort of discreet, and perhaps this is a place where maybe not nefarious necessarily activities, but things that need to be done in secret can be done. What do you want to do?
We should find somebody who can help us get out of the city.
I think we were going to go chat.
The fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought me, um, Ember, and Morticia,
Sage.
Sage. Yeah.
Sage, and
There we go.
Morticia, we were gonna go speak with those individuals or whatever.
All right.
Does anybody want to go make a bet?
I'm going to give you gold, or I'm going to say like make a bet and I'll pay you back. Like I don't care. Just bet on something.
All right. So I'm gonna look around and try to find where to bet. But yeah.
All right. I mean, you see, there's a couple of several spots throughout uh the what would you call this? Like, it's not an arena. It's not big, that big. It's not a stadium or anything like that. It would be like
Club.
the
Fight club.
room, the club. Yeah, around the club. The number of
Boxing
folks looks
club.
like they're taking bets, right?
Or a
Calling
pit.
out, okay, you want so much. You want so much on such and such, and so on. So there's a number to pick from.
All right. Does it matter which one I walk to?
Yeah. So, any particular characteristics are you looking for, or just the nearest one, I guess?
I'm gonna go to the one that has the most people at it.
All right, that's easy enough. Give me a perception check for that then.
Okay. Perception. There we are.
Also, what are the dimensions of this room? Height, width, depth?
Yeah, I mean, floor to ceiling, it's maybe 60 feet. Overall, it's approximately 200 feet, and it's
Okay.
square with exits, many exits going out, and much beyond what's actually in the graphic there.
And is there exits up above too, or rafters like the second floor where people are watching, or anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
So 20 feet up and nothing. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Yeah, Gimbal, you managed to work your way through. There's a tiefling woman, sort of taking bets, and you sort of wait your turn, and she looks down and says, "Ah, all right. What kind of action are you looking for tonight, little guy?"
I was looking at 500 gold on the big guy.
500 gold on the big guy. Big guy's favored tonight, right? 500 will get you 510 if he wins.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that even of odds.
Oh yeah. Well. I mean, it's the big guy. I mean,
What match is next?
He says, "Oh well, next is the we got the necromancers. The necromancer fight. I guess a couple of these guys have got some, I don't know, zombies or whatever they are. But anyway, one is necromancer Flynn, and the other is they just call him the femur.
The femur. Well,
Yeah,
Gimbal hearing that thinks it's his lucky day. So I'll drop, I'll 500 gold on the femur.
500 on the femur. All right, brave bet. He's definitely not. He's not favored to win. 500 if he wins. 500 will get you 2,500. Yeah, she writes you up a little
Damn.
slip, signs it, takes your gold. Go ahead and spend the 500.
Do you want to split that with me, Gimbal, or do you want to do that all yourself? It's up to you.
Oh, I don't really care.
Oh, okay. I'll give you 250. I'll do 250 for 250.
All right. Oh, I'll add whatever. It's yeah. I'll put 250 back in mine if you're dropping it.
Sure. Yeah, we'll say I just like threw a sack of gold at you as you were walking away.
All right, so I think Naren and Morticia, who else is going up to see if you can talk to Boss Lyle?
Sage.
Sage. Okay. All right. Yeah, you as you approach the table, the two very attractive elves flanking Boss Lyle sort of both stand in unison and like they're whether or not to throw you out or whatever. They look at Boss Lyle. He kind of takes the measure of you, says, "It's okay. Come." Says, "Hi there.
How you doing? My name's Naren. I run with the Harpers. I don't think we've had the pleasure of meeting, and I just wanted to come and show my respect.
He sort of looks past you. Ha! Oh man, I saw your match with your group. Hey, are the rest of them here? He points to Morticia. With the gnomes that had the big what do you call them? The
What?
with the amulets, remember?
Oh,
We gotta
yes.
get those.
You weren't with us. You weren't with us, sir. Morticia will say, "Oh yes, I'm so glad we were able to give you some entertainment. Some of us are here, some of us are not. So we, like many folks here, are trying to keep a little bit of a low profile. But since you are in charge, and we are with our dear friend Nayred here, we wanted to make sure that we were paying our respects while we were here."
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Looks near and said, by the way, you walk through around here telling people you're with the Harpers, you're likely to get stabbed. Not by me.
I do understand that, but seeing as you're the proprietor of this fine establishment, I figured I wanted to lay all my stuff out there for you, so you're not thinking I'm trying to, do something shady behind your back, sir.
Yeah, maybe lay it quieter. Maybe next time, What about your gnome? Did he come in? Did he come through? He says to Morticia.
Well, we
I love his little hat. Cutest little guy.
We do have one here. Morticia is mentally remembering that. Oh yes, we don't have Dennis anymore, but he didn't see Dennis, so it's okay.
Right.
And kind of looks over his shoulder, and I think sees Gimbal by the betting tables, and kind of gives a small nod off to the side.
Cool. Okay, so you wouldn't walk up to me if you didn't want something. What do you want? He turns back to Naren.
Well, you see, me and my friends here, we kind of need help getting out of the city.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I guess now I think about it, I'm a little surprised that he points to Mortish. Those folks are still here. I figured the Zentarum would have all sorts of courier and dirty work. I don't know, whatever the hell they do up there. I don't know. I don't really much care.
Yeah, we prefer to stay free agents, as it were.
Yeah. Well, hey, live free or die. Am I right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
this is true.
Yeah. Don't fucking tread on me.
Oh no.
No,
Are you familiar with the sovereign citizen movement?
Oh no.
Mortish is very
Plead
much
the
like
fifth.
smile and nod, smile and nod.
Yeah.
Says,
Oh.
you know what? I'll tell you what. Yeah, come talk to me. Come talk to me after everything's done tonight. I want to watch the show for a bit. I'll think about it. I don't know. What do you got to offer?
I mean,
Hey, you think
What do you
the
look-
little guy let me have his hat?
we can definitely talk to him. I wouldn't guarantee it, but if that's not on the table, like, what kind of favor were you looking for?
Favor. I just want the hat.
Well, let's
Yeah,
let us talk
talk to your
about
friends. See what you can do. See what you can do.
All right.
Come back when it's all done for tonight.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We head back to the group.
Okay. Anybody else want to do something different?
Sneak off and
Uh,
steal some shield guardian amulets.
You don't see any in the room. I mean, give me a perception. Give me a perception check.
I'll cast locate object. Nearest shield guardian amulet.
Going to begin casting a spell in a room full of people.
I will
Verbal and somatic
subtly
components.
cast it. I subtly
I thought
cast it.
maybe. What? Locate object. Give me the important details. Range and cover related information. It's not coming to mind.
It
Exactly.
is
Direction is if it's within 1,000.
1,000
Yep,
feet.
I got you. Describe or name as a familiar. Lead. Yeah, so that's interesting. No, you definitely get nothing. Give me give me an Arcana check, Lunel. You're proficient in Arcana.
I was going
I'm
to ask
very proficient.
I was going to ask if I could do that as well. Just
Sure,
see if
if you
possible.
want.
Oh,
Sure,
I
if you
mean,
want. Lunel, she's
got
got
enough.
it. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got it for sure. So, you peering around the room, when you cast as you're casting your locate object, you sort of peer around the room. You can see in the corners and at the exits, you see various arcane sigils inscribed, and with that rule, this room is the entire area is under the effect of a non-detection spell, and as is everybody inside of it. There are some other wards that you can't quite identify. You suspect that they're meant to keep maybe a creature type or a person or certain people out, or sort of, a la like the Hallow spell type of effect where it keeps those creatures or whatever at a distance. It would, given that information, it would not surprise you if this room were lined with an inch of lead. So there's not one in the
Loves
room.
lining walls with lead.
There's not one. Hey, that's the first This is the first one in this campaign I've had a room lined with lead.
Oh no, the other one was the steel. I'm thinking of the
Yeah.
one shot where it's like, no,
Yeah.
all the walls are lined with 5 feet of steel.
Exactly.
On nightmare mode, yeah. You chose nightmare mode. Nothing in the room though.
Real quick before the fight starts, can I just ask Gimbal who he put my money on, and so I'm aware.
Oh
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. On this next fight, there's this guy called Femur.
What are the odds?
Let's just say if we win, we're gonna be rich.
God damn it. I'm gonna I'm gonna keep an eye on the fight once it starts, and maybe I can push something in one direction or the other.
All right.
Can
Yeah.
can Morticia set up a spot and do the bard thing where she's gonna, play some music and sort of hype up the crowd with the music, if that makes sense?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Also make it less suspicious if she casts bardic inspiration on our favored fighter.
Like where your head's at.
All right. So before too long, you see a couple of dark-robed, one at a time. One enters from the east, and there's a bard off to the side there singing a haunting dirge, a requiem of some sort, and there's a mage not too far, sort of walking just behind this individual, using pyrotechnics type spells and illusions to make it look like this individual's wreathed in flames, and his face will flash. A bright light will flash, and there'll be an illusion of his face. Looking like there's no skin on it for a moment. Quite impressive, and quite sort of intimidating. And with him are he's holding a two chains, and the chains lead forward, leading him in through are two creatures. One is neither of which seem to have any of significant intelligence. The first one, come on. Bear with me. Well, all right. The first one, very much a zombie. Again, doesn't seem to have sort of its own will. You can very obviously tell that the necromancer's directing him. He looks like this. And the other one, much less, even less sort of intelligent looking, skeleton wearing plate armor, with a great sword. And one of the somebody standing up by the ring, a dwarf woman. See her cast thaumaturgy, and she announces the two, or she announces the editor, and she says, hailing from parts unknown, weighing in at, she kind of talks down to somebody down at the down next to her. I guess, like, what do you say? I don't know. They're desiccated, like 50 pounds altogether. I don't know, whatever. We have Femur and
That's our
his
guy.
his coterie, and then similar type situation with the other one, except the creature that he brings out does look quite intelligent in and of itself. It is, and it's a single creature, medium, also wearing plate, also with a great sword. But you can definitely tell there's a devious wit to him. I might have a picture of that one. He
Morticia
looks more
cheers on
alive than dead.
Femur and takes out her bouquet of femurs and starts tossing them.
All right.
flowers.
All right. He turns to you and sort of waves and nods. Catches one in midair, looks at it. He holds it up in the air, holds it up to his nose, licks it a little bit, nods in approval.
Excellent.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Gimbal and Sage, but we're the two betters, right?
Correct.
One of you is going to run the Lord Zombie. One of you is going to run the Skeletal Warrior. Who wants to do which?
What are the skills?
Yeah, all right. Skeletal Warrior. He's pretty basic. 18 armor class. His weapons are magic. Great sword. 2 attacks around. The Lord Zombie. Lord Zombie. A little more complex. He does have a legendary resistance. He has a slam attack. He has a life drain. He's got legendary actions. He's got a stench.
Give the complicated one to not me. Give it to Andy because I
Oh,
don't know what I'm
thanks.
doing yet.
Yeah.
Well, just because you're gonna be able to do it better, right?
I mean, if you want to. So this is option. If you want to, I can give it to a volunteer if you'd rather. I don't want to force. All right.
I'm happy to. I just hopefully I do a good job.
I'm sure you'll do just fine. All right. So let's
It'll
get
be a
you.
fun story.
All right. So let's get Lord Zombie first into the tracker. And then from the tracker onto the map. Andy, see if you can move him around. And then on your cohorts tab, you should be able to open his character sheet, have access to all his stuff. Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Blake, are you comfortable running the I hit it with my great sword guy?
Yeah, I think I can pull that off.
All right. I mean, I figured. I just wanted to, I wanted to make clear that it was optional.
No, I appreciate that.
All right. So if you go to your cohorts tab, you'll
Yep.
see it says Skeleton Warrior.
Yep.
And I'm going to drop him on the map. So you should be able to move him. If you open up that Skeleton Warrior by clicking on the box, you'll see all sorts of stats. I'll tell you how to run them. And then I need to bring in the Grave Knight. The two of you will start adjacent to the upper left-hand corner there against the ropes. Grave Knight will be in the lower right. So you guys pick one of those 3 squares next to the redness there. Put your 2 dudes in. All right, everyone else, position yourselves where you would want to be seated. We'll assume that you can get those seats. I'm not gonna, do more than that.
There's no scalpers in the Doom Forgotten Realm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Not scalpers for tickets, at least.
Yeah,
Right. There are plenty.
Someone's
of
going around fucking stealing femurs, though. It's a real issue.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
mean,
I've heard about that.
Lunala, get out of Boss Lyle's seat.
I thought I could judge.
No, get out. No, absolutely. Pick a different seat. I mean, I like the cut. I like the cut of your jib, All right. So when I dropped them in, it automatically rolled initiative. So Lord Zombie, you are up first. That would be you, Andy.
Yep.
What do
Sorry,
you
I
wanna
was
do?
just trying to read everything that it was there.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Its movement is 30 feet. Okay. So I can't get close enough. I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to go there. What's reach is 5 feet? So, just so I know, life drain he has to touch, right? All that stuff.
Yep.
All right.
Those are both melee attacks. His attacks are both melee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I am going to pass the turn.
All right.
Oh.
All right. The Grave Knight. So he's going to go. What's the range on that? Okay, so 5. All right. He is going to cast a spell. Lord Zombie and the Skeleton don't have any spells. Like counterspell. Does anybody? You do
Me.
definitely, even without insight checks, you get the idea that casting actual spells is probably going to be get you in hot water if it's observed. So, but it could certainly. You're welcome to try.
Do we get the sense that, like, you know, if Morticia says something that is a, like, feature, would that be considered interference? Or, like, if one of the
As long as it's not a.
omen or yeah, omen or something, you know, distracts or something, is that considered
If
interference?
if somebody or something else entered the ring, that would be problematic. Casting an actual spell would be problematic. Other abilities outside of those two things, offhand for the most part, could seem normal. I mean, and I guess theoretically, I mean, if your familiar weren't already visible and perched, I mean, like they could, if you could try and sneak them to where they could fly in once, as a one-time thing and distract me. I don't know, something like that. All right. That will be. You know what? That was, yeah. Why not? All right. Yeah, resistant to necrotic. Yeah, makes sense. And then he's going to go back. So, Andy, just so you know, since you have legendary actions, at the end of anybody's turn, you're welcome to say, I do X, Y, or Z. So that is the end of his turn. Skeleton Warrior will be next.
So I'm looking at this. Do these things have like bonus actions? Can I? Oh, I guess it wouldn't matter. I couldn't dash.
You can
It's
do normal
not a
bonus
rug.
actions. You could do normal bonus actions, like if he had a potion or something, he could drink it, which he doesn't.
Yep, gotcha. I was asking about dash, but I'm not a rogue. I'm a skeleton with a sword. So 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna move here, and I can't do anything else, so it's gonna be my turn.
All right, end of your turn. Grave Knight will use a legendary. Don't worry about passing either, guys. I'll manually advance the tracker.
Cool.
Yeah. He will use a legendary. Use a legendary just to move. Actually, no, he's not going to move. He's not going to use a legendary. He's good. Okay, back to Lord Zombie.
end my turn and let the skeleton. I'm going to use one of my at the end of the turn to use the gambling pools to let the skeleton warrior move half its speed.
All right. Tony, do you know offhand? I've always sort of played it this way, but I don't know if it's canon. Legendary actions, can you use them at the end of your own turn, or does it have to be another creature's turn? Do you know
Yeah,
offhand?
it just says at the end of a creature's turn. It never says.
Interesting. I'm gonna start taking advantage of that. In my brain, it's always been at the end of a different creature's turn. Thank you.
I'll
Yeah,
double
go.
check,
You
but
then you. It sounds right. So you absolutely can then. So let's see if we got a button for that at all. It is.
Oh, I get all of my 3 legendary action points back at the start of my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sick.
oh, it does say only at the end of another creature's turn.
Oh, okay.
In
I
the
mean, you
month.
could have
All
given it to me at the end of my turn.
Yeah, you could do that at the end of his turn if you want. The end of the warrior's turn.
Would that have that gives me like it's 1.5 my movement speed then total? Is that what that?
Rephrase that.
So what was the action, Andy? What did it do?
So I telepathically command you to move half of your speed, basically.
Oh, okay.
But if you're, I mean, it would have gotten you the whole way there theoretically last time, but if you're moving, it's not going to make a difference right now.
The only thing it would be is that at the end of Lord Zombie's turn, the Grave Knight could use a legendary potentially to do something because he'd be next to you. So
Yeah.
it might not be to your advantage, but your call.
Oh, I have to move him towards me?
Well, no, I think
No.
if I move towards him, then
If he moved toward the Grave Knight, then at the end of Lord Zombie's turn, the Grave Knight could swing at him.
Yeah.
With a legendary.
We're good.
All right. So Grave Knight will enter an undead rage. As a bonus action. And then he will greatsword the skeleton, which he has advantage. That's what his undead rage does for him. And he crits on a 19 or 20. So still a hit. And then again. All right. And Skeleton Warrior.
how do I make the attacks?
Yep. So you're going to, from that sheet, from the NPC sheet, go under Greatsword. If you hover the Thanos hand over where it says melee weapon attack +9 to hit, you can drag that onto your opponent.
I think my Fantasy Grounds is freaking out. 1 second. Okay. So I see multi-attack and greatsword.
Right under Greatsword, there's no button, but if you hover your hand,
Yep, gotcha. Sorry. Okay.
you're okay.
And then I can do that twice because I've got
Correct.
multitask. Okay.
That one will hit.
And then damage then? Then one more. And then that'll do it.
All right, end of your turn. He will use a legendary to make a greatsword attack. Wow. All right, Lord Zombie's up.
Move down here. I'm going for life drain.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
Look at you.
let's go.
Yay!
and is it gonna know that it's crit on this?
Yep. Yep. But you got to drag the damage onto him, and it will roll the crit. Yep.
Sorry.
All right. He's resistant necrotic. What you do to affect him?
And then he has to do that. Right?
Yep. All right. What's that mean?
So that is his maximum HP is reduced by the amount equal to the damage he took.
All right.
And then I do my other attack, which is a slam attack. Hit, and then and I am yet gonna move right there. And I will end that turn.
All right. End of your turn. He'll use another legendary. Great Sword, Lord Zombie. And then his turn. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to focus on Lord Zombie for a minute, I think. Oh, it wanted
Ooh.
to be a crit so bad.
Whew. Whew.
All right, he's going to use his Unholy Smite for this one. And Skeleton Warrior.
At the end of his turn, secondary action to do another life drain.
Okay.
Before Skeleton Warrior goes, can I attempt to cast put a Bardic Inspiration on him?
Sure. Yeah, let's see. So let me think about.
Cheer up, my friend. You're not falling apart. You're a piece of undead art.
Ah.
He believes you. He believes you.
So I'll give him a Bardic.
Excellent. Okay. I am going to move into flanking. Will that happen automatically?
Yeah, Fantasy Arms should know.
Jeez. Not that it did much. There we go. That's better.
And I realize he probably is, but the Grave Knight is undead, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Help, let me out of this suit of armor. I'm not undead.
That would be terrifying. All right, it's my turn.
All right, into your turn. Great Sword. Oh, I meant to go on Lord Zombie. It hit the wrong one. That is a 6. That is a hit. And all right, Lord Zombie.
All right. Yeah. So okay. Just out of curiosity, I don't sense any any what's it called? Humanoid corpses within 30 feet of me, right?
Only the two that are in the other two that are in the ring.
All right. Well, then we will do one life drain. Hit.
Did you have an action to use at the end of his turn? Or the end of my turn?
I have 3 points, and using the life drain is 2 of them. So,
Oh, cool.
so that was 1 damage, but it still has to do. No, not that. It's this. So that whatever damage he just took is so probably 2 goes off his whole health.
Yep.
And then slam for my second attack. All right. And then I will pass.
All right. At the end of your turn, another great sword. All right. And then okay, there it goes. All right. And so on the Lord Zombie. And we'll smite on this one. Attack. Or no, that would be. Yeah, because that was at the end of their turn. Also hit. He's supposed to have advantage because of his thing. Let's see if either of these was supposed to have been a 19 or a 20, which would make it a crit. Nope. Okay.
All right,
That was
at the
his
end-
turn.
at
And
the end of
then,
his turn,
yep.
Rose at 20.
Hilton Warrior.
All right.
So I just realized I want to make sure I'm reading this correctly. I should be getting +3 advantage to attack and damage rolls.
Built in.
Is that happening? Oh, okay. I can't
Built
parse
in.
the. Okay, cool.
That's the +9. That's why it's +9 because your strength gives you plus.
Okay,
Yeah, +3.
cool. I didn't realize the 9 was computed already.
Yep.
Take 2 swings. That'll work. And then be cool if I got a better roll this time. Then do another one.
Nuts.
Yep. Not nothing. And that'll be my turn.
Out of curiosity, I don't think my card's helpful here, but for Sage and Gimbal in the audience, those cards they have aren't technically spells, right?
Correct.
So they could use their cards to influence the outcome of this battle.
Correct. All right.
Mine just
Got it.
temporarily banishes him, which probably isn't helpful.
Right. All right. End of your turn, Grave Knight. Not pass. I want to.
No take
Lord
back.
Zombie. Yeah, right. Sage gets to go. Lord Zombie.
You know what? Yeah, it doesn't matter the order at this point. All right, that's a hit. And then,
Jeez.
followed by this. Can't do better than that, boy. And yeah,
All right. Grave Knight, Great Sword, right to your turn, legendary. Then his turn, first attack, hit. Actually, let's see if it was a crit, because he's supposed to have advantage and it's just not doing it. I gotta remember. Nope. All right, and so then second one, he's gonna hold off not smite till the second one in case he gets a 19 or 20. Nope, still a hit, so damage. Smite. Zombies down, skeleton warriors up.
All right. Go ahead, Andy.
I thought I read something that if he's killed, he might come back up.
Oh, as a zombie, often.
Make a Constitution save.
Yep. Yep. So main tab under, on the NPC sheet main, under con, go to the S.
That was a real pain when it was the other way around when we were fighting them. There was an early
Ouch.
session where that was problematic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. All right. All right. So let's get him back for you. Stays at 1 hit point. Yeah, that was a slog that time, man. It happens on occasion, right? That like
I wouldn't say
zombies
that.
can stick around forever. All right. That was the end of the Grave Knight's turn.
Then
Yep.
Can I still do? Or I haven't done my attack. What's his health? Yeah, I'll do it at the end of your turn. So go.
Okay.
Oh, I
Oops.
didn't mean to move him. Yeah.
No, I did. For some reason, there's 2 copies of them there. Well,
Okay.
There we go. It's getting a little better. This guy's got some hit points. Ooh, it's close.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's it.
All right, then I will do this.
God.
Oh,
he will
Can-
also at the end of your turn. Oop, didn't have him targeted, but a 19 or not. Yeah. Oh, and it's supposed to be advantage because all of his attacks are supposed to be. So here's the second one. Come on. So still a hit, but not a crit. Big con save for me.
This is where the dice needs to be hot. Nothing else matters.
I don't see it on the sheet, but what is it? It's
19.
what's the amount?
19.
I know what's he need to have. I forget. Is it equal to the damage?
We have 5 plus the damage taken.
5 plus the damage. All right, so 15, like in that one. 5 plus. Okay, very good. All right. So then that was the end of Skeleton's turn. Back to Lord Zombie.
Scroll back to where I'm supposed to. Trying to scroll through this thing.
Wait, isn't it? Oh, he took a legendary action after.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
So we're gonna do the slam attack first.
There we go.
And, I'm gonna do another slam attack. On my turn.
All right, end of your turn. Great sword. Advantage. Lord Zombie, give me a con save. Need a 15 or better.
You got it.
Well, he gets +6, so
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Grave Knight's turn. All right. Actually, the best way to do this is for me not to roll them on you. This first attack is a hit, not a crit. Give me a con save, DC 15 again.
Oh,
There it goes.
oh no.
Can I use my demon inspiration? Have him reroll.
You sure can. Give me another con save for Lord Zombie.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh,
Ah,
the streak is gone.
that's
All
bad.
right.
it was quite cool while it lasted, though.
Does anyone
All
have
right.
a card that they can use to like take? There's like is there like a stun one?
No, the only thing my card does is hold him in place, basically.
I
Okay.
mean, I can do the like Uriali card, DC
Yeah, try
13,
to petrify him.
con save.
I
Okay.
feel like he's got wild con.
Yeah. This card has never worked.
Jeez.
still hasn't.
Nobody has been petrified in this game. Check the videos.
Right.
Saving it up for Vecna.
Yeah.
Skeleton
All right.
Warrior.
All right. Well, I'm gonna crit twice here, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Close enough. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Let's go.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go. Oh, just enough.
Haha.
All right. There you go.
Ah!
what were
he's
the
doing his-
stakes? We all get shield guardian amulets. I think you said.
Kimball gets lots of money.
So which one was femur?
I have no idea.
Oh, femur was the necromancer controlling those two.
Oh, so we win.
Yes.
Yeah.
12.50 a piece, I think. Hell yeah.
All right. Yeah. Feel free to adjust your gold.
Was it 1250 more?
It was 2,500 total, I think. Right? That's what the odds were.
Yep. Yep.
The skeleton. I don't watch a lot of wrestling, but I imagine the skeleton's like standing on the corner here, right? Like on top of the ropes, like raising his hands up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's, and the crowd is really surprised, right? They're kind of like they didn't expect it. This apparently the other guy is very much the favored.
Morticia cheers and throws another celebratory femur.
I like catches it as he jumped, like he backflips off the of the post and catches it.
Right. All right. Time for the final match. And Boss Lyle stands for this one, announces, says, everyone, we have a special finale for you all tonight. And the stakes are high. This match is to the death between the big guy, and the crowd just goes crazy wild. And, well, you may have seen them up top recently. Morticia and Company. And the crowd goes, ooh, ah. And you all notice that each of you notices that there is a fairly muscular bouncer looking type standing nearby, just kind of ready to escort you to the ring.
Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't bet on the big guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, at least then either way we win.
Yeah. It's called hedging your bets. It's very smart mathematically, right?
All right, so are we participating?
Do we have a choice?
Yeah, for
I
real.
mean, oh, you always have a choice.
How many bouncers are there? Like one per group?
Well, there's one adjacent to each of you right now, but
There was
there's
a bouncer near me? Oh, I just thought there was fight time.
right.
I mean, for a shield guardian amulet, I'm definitely in. Let's go.
Old
Boom.
lady Era
Yeah,
hat.
you know what? Morticia's gonna go and do tell us. You know, she says to the boss, for this unexpected challenge, what will do we win if we are successful?
Vanilla taps
He
out
says,
field guardian amulet.
he's, he says, well, you wanted to leave the city, right?
True, but I don't think those were the terms that we discussed initially.
I said we'd talk about it afterward.
Mm. What the?
If we are particularly impressive, do you think there's any possibility for an additional prize?
Yes,
Sold.
Well,
Very well.
So
I'll get you out of the city with all of you breathing even. He says,
Aw,
but if
come
I win,
on.
he says, if I win, I want that hat. Points
That
at a
seems like a
gimbal.
fair trade. I'm gonna be honest.
May I roll one persuasion check just to see
Sure,
if I
why
can
not?
wheedle?
Why not?
Okay. Okay. Hang on. Persuade.
He says, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. I really do want that hat. So even if you win, maybe we can figure something out.
All right. And then Mortician Omen will.
What are the rules? Comes that voice out of that little old lady.
Try not to kill anybody in the audience.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Like, oh, it's try. It wasn't even a hard rule. It was like, just give it your best shot.
Yeah.
Well,
right,
he's in the audience.
So you are instructed to start outside of the ring. Pick your own corner, whatever you want, but basically outside of the ring, adjacent to one of the posts and adjacent to one another.
No steel chairs to grab.
I mean, there's wooden chairs out there. No, you all have to be in the same, adjacent to the same corner.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
gotcha.
Right. So
Oh.
you want
That's not
northeast,
what you
northwest,
said.
southeast, southwest. Pick a corner. Yeah. As a group. I didn't say the words as a group. You're right.
And Bob, just so you know, I purposely have Raven 2 kind of hidden somewhere back there. I figured it was small.
Well, you can have him in your pocket dimension or he's visible. Those are the
Well,
options, right?
He was tiny. He was kind of he's all right. If then we'll have him up here. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely, yes, he's tiny, but he can still be seen. I mean, unless if you want to have him hide like under your hat or something, you could make him give a stealth check.
No.
I'd be okay with that.
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
I wasn't gonna
Okay.
do that for Omen because Morticia would absolutely be showing off. So.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see if I can get this to load. All right. So they do the thaumaturgy, the announcing. They ask you each of your names. They announce you in whatever fashion you want them to. So, matter of fact, yeah, the announcer will go to each of you, and we'll just go down we'll just go through the initiative order as is currently. Starting at the top, what single sentence would you like them to use to describe you? Sage, you're up first.
I'm just gonna say, assuming that the mic is gonna get ripped from my. I guess there is not. Is there like any kind of magical amplification going on, or?
So they're asking you, who are you? What do I tell the
Thaumaturgy.
crowd? They're saying to you, who are you and what do I tell the
okay.
crowd?
They'll
Oh,
yeah.
amplify.
All right. I was hoping that I could like grab the mic and then advertise something, but that's fine.
Not exactly.
All right.
Grab the
All right.
spellcaster. It works for me.
Fair enough. He's just gonna be like very, very sullenly just say sage and not give the guy anything else.
All right. All right. He says, and here first we have Sage the Quiet. Denson, what would you be saying?
I would just say Denson of the Oakenwood Order.
All right. And Denson of the Oakenwood Order. And Morticia?
Ladies and gentlemen, creatures of the night, lend me your ears and your fears. I am Morticia, serenade of the shadow, muse of the midnight waltz. I strum the strings of shadow, sing the ballads of the damned, and with a single note I can make even the reaper tap his bony fate. Step closer if you dare, and let me show you that in the darkest corners true beauty thrives.
He says, Morticia, the very intimidating and eloquent. Gimble.
I'm Dennis, the gnome illusionist,
Nice.
and I hold up my ring from that.
Oh yeah. Identity theft is not a joke.
It's not. All right. Dennis, the illusionist gnome, Lunala.
Lunala, votary of Gond.
Votary. He says,
Yeah,
"What's
like-
that? What's a vote? What's a votary?"
Like a disciple. I'm trying to build up
Lunala.
her like religious.
Right. Lunala, disciple vote. What was it again? He says,
Votary? Like
Votary.
votive? Never heard of like a votive candle?
Bob has. The announcer has not. I mean, it's not like, of course I have. Like, I went to
All right.
seminary. I don't know if you guys knew that. I went to for a semester. But yeah, I mean, it's not like you're talking about something obscure like Eve's. All right. So then,
Nobody
Naren,
knows what an Eve is.
nobody does.
I don't think they exist.
I know the architecture.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
there
text my
was.
lab right now. I bet nobody in my lab knows what an Eve is.
It tracks.
There's a backstory there. We'll fill you in at some point. It was a thing.
A big thing.
Oh my.
All right. Naren.
I would just say Naren, son of the Feywild.
All right. Naren, son of the Feywild, and an Armot.
The little old lady looks at them and says, "Wary."
Armot the Wary.
Oh, he didn't give Aramont. It was just the
Oh.
wary.
All right.
Where
The Wary.
All right. He says, the Wary. All right. So, and he says, and now from the darkest depths of the unseelie court in the Feywild, the most vicious, the most dangerous, the most intense opponent ever to grace this ring. Ladies, gentlemen, and others, I present to you the big guy. And you see from the ramp at the far end of the room, the ramp leading up to the door, through the door, you see a shadow. And the shadow just sort of grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And then finally, from the door within, there's bright light behind it. Finally, from the doorway emerges a creature. Stands about a foot tall, maybe a foot and a quarter. Dressed in sort of royal looking clothes, holding a proportionately sized great axe. You see that guy. And the crowd just
Right.
goes nuts.
Amazing. How tall is this thing? Is the Mouse King?
About a foot, maybe 18 inches, somewhere in there. It's hard to tell from a distance.
So like Gimbal and I are towering over it.
Absolutely.
That's hilarious.
So
What do
I
they-
have this like racial trait or whatever called Feywild connection. Is
Yep.
there any way that like I can use that to kind of like us like maybe recognize each other or something?
Give me a history check. Or oh, is it? Let me look at it because Feywild connection might not just be knowledge. Is it? What does it do for you? Let me look.
It's basically that the friendlies will come to my aid or something like that, but it also says that we can recognize each other as well.
So you know they're
or
from the
whatever.
Fey. Yeah. So call this. Give me a history check with advantage. I mean, like he's not going to surrender probably just based on that, but like theoretically, there might be other things that he might favors, like he might not attack you first, that sort of thing. Yeah, so you know a little bit about the Mouse King.
What about
The
any
mouse,
disadvantages he might have that we could take advantage of?
yeah. Well, so what you know primarily, that he is, he's immune to a lot of things, like lots of types of damage and some conditions, like he can't be frightened, can't be charmed, can't be stunned. How you doing, David?
Heard that.
Oh.
I won't be wasting key on that then.
Is he
Exactly.
immune to blindness?
That you wouldn't be sure of, and what else would you know about him as far as weaknesses? Let's see. He's pretty much good at everything. Like,
Of
if we
course.
were to, let's say, pick, I don't know, 6 random characteristics or abilities, and we were to give them a number, like a score, maybe on a scale of, I don't know, 3 to like 25, none of them would be under an 18.
Whew.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And if he were to use those abilities to protect himself from something happening to him, to save him, with a throw of the fates, he might be very adept or proficient at all of them. Okay, so everybody please roll for initiative as he climbs up onto the mat. All right. Sirens will be coming in shortly. Lunala, you are up.
All right. I'm going to try something. I don't think this will work. Whatever, let's try it. I'm going to cast a spell.
Let's see. Senior moment. Is counterspell 30 or 60?
60.
Let it go for now.
All right, probably worth it. This is I'm trying to cast haste.
Yep. Okay.
DC 16 Arcana check.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a feeling. I like knew it. I knew that this would be the one that didn't work. All right.
Do you still have your bardic inspiration from earlier?
No.
I have inspiration that I can spend for you if you want.
If you want to.
Yeah, I don't care.
Thank you. There we go. All right. So this guy's outside of the ring.
Just like you are.
Well, I'll leap in there. And do I have like disadvantage attacking him from here or something? Do I need to be over the rope?
Yeah, it does take an extra square movement to move past the rope, but other than that, which you've got plenty of speed, I'm sure, with haste. Yeah, you're fine to get over. Yep.
All right. And let's do a regular booming blade.
Okay.
Let's see what he's all about here.
oh,
I'm gonna do hasted action, regular attack.
Jesus.
Say it.
Oh, okay. I heard the miss sound. I always think that whiff is.
So
Ooh.
all right. And Corrosia was mounted, so to speak, on me.
Yep. Yep.
And then I will bonus action have Thunder Thump dash to get over here. Can you stand there?
No, there's a post there in that square holding the ropes together. All
right.
of the corners would have those.
Then I'll stand there.
All right.
That's it.
All right. End of your turn. He will use a legendary action. To
Okay.
teleport.
Howard.
All right. Fast turn as you're
Oh,
ready,
sorry.
Lanola. Yep. And then I'm trying to do this with folks that have critters that go on their turns. When you roll initiative, help me out to put Thunder Thump in by telling me, hey, help me remember to put Thunder Thump in on yours in the future. Best you can is all I ask. Obviously not a mandatory thing.
I have to roll initiative for my familiar.
Oh yeah, those of you who have familiars, yes, please roll your familiar initiatives so I can put them in.
I'm sorry. What is that?
From the character sheet, just it's a Dex check for that creature.
Okay.
So go to Dex and then a C on the critter, and then just call out their name and then what they got.
So Raven 2, also known as
Yep.
R2, is going to be 2.
Yeah.
Omen 9.
All right. All right. What about Corrosia?
Same as right after my turn.
Oh,
25.
all right. She's not familiar. Okay. All right.
She's a homunculus servant.
Right. All right.
Totally different.
Yep, they are. Naren.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and use my spell slot and go ahead and cast the Beacon of Hope again.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna let's see.
You're gonna move it all to get within 30 of.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna move to make sure that should
You gotta pick
do it.
You gotta pick one square though. You're in 4 of them right now.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. That's okay. That's okay.
That should
There you
work,
go. You got
right?
it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that'll work.
All right. So I'll cast that.
So you're casting a spell. I need to decide whether or not I'm counterspelling.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Oh, you only have to single click it. Oh, dear Lord. You only ever have to, the spell stuff, you only ever have to single click.
I thought I only clicked it once.
All right. So I need to decide if he's going to try to counterspell. And so it's a 50-50 chance when I know what the spell is. Low means I don't. High means I do.
Yeah. I just clicked
All right. Yeah. That's okay. What level of spell is that?
It's a 3.
All right. So he does counter it. So let me.
Does
move.
Gimba want to counter?
Do you want to counter the counter?
No, I don't use it.
I'll try then.
All right.
DC 16 Arcana check. All right, counter the counter.
All right. So here in a second, I'll have you just single click it again, but I'm taking all the old ones off with their duplicates. So bear with. Yeah, and sometimes Fantasy Grounds chugs, and you think it didn't go, and you click it, and you're like, I don't, it can be weird. All right, one more time. Go ahead and single click the effect for your Beacon of Hope. There you go. Perfect.
Oh,
And I clicked the other one too.
The other one should still be on you. Let me look and make sure. Because the other one is just the concentration. Let me look at it here.
Yeah, it looks like it's on there.
Yes, click the other one. Just single click the other one. It'll put your concentration on. There you go. All right.
All right. And then I'll end my turn that way.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Armat.
Is climbing in over the ropes difficult terrain or
One extra square movement to cross the ropes. Yep.
okay? And I'm gonna stop there. And yeah, that's it.
All right, Sage.
you said the mouse is like 18 inches high.
Yeah.
Bag of devouring is canonically looks like a bag of holding, which has a
Yeah.
diameter of 2 feet.
Yep.
If I wanted to run over and try to shove that into the bag, what would that be? Like, what kind of check would that be? If I wanted to just put any part of the mouse in the bag.
I love this so much.
I'm going to say it's a grapple check, but you're going to have disadvantage because it's not just grabbing a creature, it's positioning. There's a lot of positioning to it. So it would be just like a grapple check. So it's an opposed. You're going to make athletics. He's going to make acrobatics or athletics, his choice.
Even if it's
Even-
just like any bit of it, it doesn't have to be like substantial. It's like any part of the mouse at all. Is
And he's not grabbing the mouse, he's going around the mouse.
I understand.
The mouse is
The mouse
just
is
I have
moving.
dodging, dipping,
Ah,
and
fair,
chucking.
fair.
all right.
Try to catch a mouse with a bag.
Yeah.
If
Well, he's a pretty big mouse.
Is
Yeah,
that
I mean,
the
trying to
house?
get a shoebox over top of a mouse is difficult enough, right? So
sure, that makes sense. What if the mouse couldn't see me? They can't happen this turn, but I'm wondering what that does to the check economy.
let me think about it since that's not going to happen this turn.
All right. Is drinking any potion a bonus action or just health potions?
Yes,
Cool.
my house rule is
Any potion? Okay. I am going to first I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to use steady aim, roll with advantage.
Yep.
Is the ropes cover or can I like squeeze the bow in between the ropes?
What did I say earlier when you asked Tony? I'm mind is, or brain is.
What
glitching.
what was the question?
Did
Was
I
the ro-
say the ropes were cover or not?
You
I think I
said
said they were half cover,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, you didn't
Awesome.
exactly say that, but you kind of said without penalty, I need to cross the rope.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
kind of implied. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
is what is half cover? Is that -2?
-2.
-2. Okay. All right. I'm gonna roll with advantage. -2.
If he's blind, it would give him disadvantage on his check too. I'm gonna say. By the way,
If he's blind. What if I was same thing if I was invisible?
if he couldn't see you,
Okay.
is the
cool.
way I'm gonna word that.
Sweet.
I have a feeling he can see you.
Fair enough. I
Still
had
hit.
that was a hit. I have advantage on that. I don't get sneak attack just from advantage, right?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you have advantage and you hit, you get sneak.
Cool.
with a finesse. Low ranged.
Any, or what? Yeah, any decks. All right,
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
all right. At the end of your turn, he'll use his. No, the spell takes all three. Okay. Gimbal.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm going to cast a spell.
He does not have a reaction.
All right. So it is banishment, which he succeeds.
Go buddy.
And I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. Mouse King. Going to use his summon rodents ability to summon a D4. Oh. Were-rats.
Anybody have low dexterity?
That bites.
Literally. Except, here's the thing. He's the fucking Mouse King. Right, I'm the Lizard King. I'm the fucking Lizard King. Anybody know that reference?
That's the second Office reference today.
Yes. Okay, are you familiar, while I'm getting these guys out there, are you familiar? Oh, by the way, they're ogre were-rats. Are you familiar with the theory that Robert California and Red Reddington from the Blacklist are the same person?
That's hilarious.
Google it. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Apropos of nothing, I have an NPC that I use in some campaigns based on Red Reddington.
But we all know they're really ogre-aware mice, right?
Or what?
I mean, but
He's not the
despite
Rat
the
King.
name, yeah, they're really ogre-aware mice, correct?
Ogre aware my, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. He says, for the first time he speaks, he says, "Get 'em, boys." All right.
That's the end of his turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my legendary talons on him.
Okay. What's the save?
DC 14.
It's Dex.
Strength. All right.
All right. We're at 32.
So would you say this Mouse King is from another plane?
Oh yeah, definitely his CR is too high for you.
That was where I was going with the whole banishment thing.
All right. With this great club.
Oh,
Ooh.
Thunder
Like
Thump.
silvery. Well,
I'm casting
yeah.
a spell.
I would like to cast a spell. Yes.
All right, he's allowing it. Morticia.
Oh. I could really use the advantage if you can reach me, but otherwise.
I will resolve that shortly because I already have my targets for the other thing because I was trying to be
Okay.
prepared. I am going to cast at 3rd level, so I will use that.
Casting a spell.
I am
Casting a spell. He's going to counter.
Even though he didn't counter me the last time, the same person did it?
Yeah. He's been watching. He's
Okay. Okay.
thinking.
So he has multiple reactions then?
No, he just had a turn.
Oh, right. I thought he had a
Yeah.
reaction before. Thank you for
Gimbal
reminding.
can counter the counter if he wants.
Good.
Yeah, I'll counter, or I'll cast a spell. I guess.
He's done with. He only gets one reaction around. You're good. You can always counter his counter as long as the level is sufficient. And was your spell Morticia 3rd level or lower?
It was, yes.
Okay, then yes, it's countered. His counter is countered.
Beautiful. Okay. Then this will be helpful because I need to be able to give this to people. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I upcast Bless without the extension, do I just click it once and it applies to my targets?
As long as you've got him targeted.
Okay. Why do I not see it? Did I not update that correctly? I thought I replaced that.
I only
Sorry.
see 3 targeted. Is that what you see?
Oh, it's being
Yeah.
weird with trying to target Lunala.
Maybe I
Um,
can move like away from things.
Here, I'll help. I got him. Her.
Sorry, yeah, I had switched out Bless on D&D Beyond, but I didn't do it in here.
Oh, well, you know how to grab him, right? How to get the spells?
Yeah, I apologize.
You're fine.
Because we actually discussed earlier that I needed to be doing that more often with the new makeup. IV effects and coding.
And you said there are 5 targets or just 4?
There should be 5, so I'm going to clear targets one more time. I want Denson, Sage, Lunala, Aramat, and Naren and Gimbal more likely use it.
Naren for sure.
Naren.
Naren?
Is more likely to make attack rolls, I think.
Yeah.
You guys can discuss. I shouldn't answer that on the DM.
So they get Flash. Just being a little slow about it, but I think it's flying to everybody.
Yep.
Then I'm going to clear my targets. Then I'm going to target Gimbal. I'm going to use my bonus action to give him a Bardic Inspiration and use up one of those. And then last but not least, I am going to check off Silvery Barbs and give Lunala. Make sure it looks like you're targeted. Yes. No, I still have too many people. Lunala, the Silvery Barbs thing. And then I think she's going to stay there, and I will end her turn.
All right.
Oh,
End of your
Lars.
turn. End of your turn. It'll use a legend. The mouse can use a legendary. To cast a spell. Once, going
Nope.
twice.
Assuming only Gimbal and Lunala can counter, we
Oh.
both used our reactions.
Oh yeah, I already used my reactions, right?
All right. All right. So. Confusion. Omen. Omen is confused.
So watch out.
All right, we're at 31. Some flankage on Hermat. we're gonna do a bite on Aramat. There's a hit.
Ooh.
On save. You're good. Omen. You know what? Until he loses concentration, I'm not gonna bother rolling and shit for Omen unless you really care. We're just gonna assume that Omen's not doing their shit, right? Because confusion. What does confusion do? The one where there's a
Causes
chance of doing.
confusion.
Is that the one where there's a chance of doing something normal? Oh yeah, there is. Okay. Roll a d10 for me, Morticia, please. All right. It doesn't move or take action this turn. Perfect. We're at 6.
Anybody watch SpongeBob or familiar with it?
Oh well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I keep thinking of the orb of confusion.
Oh no.
It's the orb of confusion. It causes confusion.
How did I not realize they have multi attack? Oh well, we'll start doing it now. All right, Denson.
Oh boy. All right. Guess I better take out this guy. And I will try to stunning strike him.
They're not immune to strike.
That's what I
See, you're
figured.
still. See, I didn't take away your tools. You don't have that much longer to be able to use them. I mean, end of this campaign at the very latest, depending on whether or not we shift it to 2024 or not.
Well, at least
It's
at
still
least with the new
stunning
rules.
strike.
Yeah, they're still stunning strike.
Well, you
and it actually-
can.
and it still does something even if it fails. So
Just don't get to spam it. Is my point.
yeah.
I
That's
get to
fine.
stun.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'll attack him again.
Massive amounts of damage.
Man. Okay. Do I need to do flurry of blows? No, I'll just do a regular unarmed strike on him. He's already stunned, so. All right, and that's it for me. Well, actually, no, I'll move. He's stunned now, so I will move. Do I want to move to? Just kind of move out here and try to figure out what to do next.
All right, Raven 2. Anything?
How high did you say this building was? Or the roof? 60. So he's gonna fly. Oh, wrong button. He's gonna fly up his movement, which I think is 50. I don't have that memorized. 60. So he's gonna fly up to the top of the ceiling.
Yep.
Well, no, he'll be at 50 feet. All right. And then pass.
All right, and okay. All right, we will pick up next week. Top of the initiative, and lots of triggered sounds. Turn the volume off on those. Yeah. All right. Good session, you guys.